care. Look, listen.
If I had anybody staring at my ass. Hello, everybody. It's actually a fairly serious topic tonight, and I watched a little bit regarding Wings and the allegations, and I there's some things I'm a little suspect with. I'll keep it real with you. Any group of people that are dedicated to trolling someone to the extent that the people that are going after him, I take with a grain of salt would be an overstatement. It's not like he pulled an EDP and admitted straight up, I came here to fuck a 13-year-old. You know, there's no 13-year-old here. If they were, I would have. There's no doubt there. You know, I know in a court of law, I guess it doesn't hold up because of how fucking piss poor that jackass handled the sting operation with EDP, the predator poachers. But again, I watched some of it and it's just kind of like, you know, again, look, God forbid if he ended up doing something like that to his sister, it's horrifying, but they're not the sources that I'm going to trust this coming from. And the guy, the neighbor or whatever is weird. He's like, I used to defend him, but I'm like, you would defend someone who, God forbid, had sexually assaulted their sister? Why? That kind of makes you a pretty shitty person in and of it's yourself, right? Right? I mean, call me crazy. I just, this is just kind of a thing with me. I don't defend pedophiles. If you're a pedophile, I'm not defending you ever. It doesn't matter, you know? So there's just, I have so many questions. This is not an EDP case. I know how hard these people work. I don't deal with it nearly at this level anymore because I learned begrudgingly to not feed the trolls back in 2018. If it wasn't for my editor slapping sense into me, I would probably be Wings right now. I'm not kidding. I would probably be Wings. I missed your super chat. What's up, Rich? Oh, I'm sorry, Neil. My apologies. And I missed a wiener too. A wiener came out of nowhere, bird. How does it make you feel? I will be streaming more Wii U games tomorrow. I'm glad that worked out today. I'm going to try to get through even more tomorrow than today. I have to do news first. Yeah, dude, and I've been on the receiving end of shit like this, and it's fucking garbage. And it's kind of hard to trust people who have dedicated at least a portion of their lives to fucking deriding this guy. Now, look, he feeds the trolls to a degree that I've told him is awful, and when you feed the trolls, it emboldens them. Yes, it does stink like... yes.
Stinks like shit.
We will in the next few days. I was going to do it tonight until I found out the craziness of this. We are going to be watching It's a Gundam's basically 4-hour Schindler's List length special series on DSP. And it is a series that we all need to watch. Hello, Mr. Rich. There is a lot of trolling and of course there is, dude. I know better now, man. Yeah, Wings has done a bunch of shit. I don't think he's a pedo. I don't. But how can you stand on your high horse regarding Wings when you know you have sexual assault allegations? But I don't have sexual assault allegations made against me. That was ReviewTechUSA who admitted that he hired someone off of Fiverr to put that script together. John Ball, congratulations, you tried though. He admitted that in a super chat. That was well played though. But anyway, thank you for spending money to try to disparage me. You've done this a few times, so goodbye. Yeah, I've given him a few. I knew from the first one. And try to put you guys remember, some of you I think were here. Remember when reviewed Virgin USA said, yeah, I hired someone. I don't know if they said five, but they hired someone to read a script for them. Hi, Rich, you want to grab some coffee? Absolutely. Yeah, you were there. He admitted it. Don't go around and try to spread that fucking FUD now, pal. Good night. Have a great day. Go masturbate. It's more worthwhile. Thank you for your 5, though. So, yeah, let's begin. Now, there's other videos we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch the one with Wings007 minus the intro. So, yeah, I want to be your favorite. Yes, I want to. You have the one where my moob is out there. Yeah, I don't get that. Why are most of my trolls like in fucking Europe? What's up with like the people from the fucking UK not liking me? I don't know, man.
Started out small to a real bond, cause we're brothers first, cause we're been through a lot, but it ain't over.
Fucking people.
You'll always be with me.
Oh my god.
And you'll always be my brother.
Hey, whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
Go on, that's funny. Wait, version 4, like he's updated his firmware. Oh, Jesus Christ. These fucking trolls, man. What you're about to see is someone who reached out to us in the Discord claiming he was a childhood friend of Rings of Redemption. Now, how do you know? Here's the thing, too. As a person who, I know a lot of people that are pieces of shit in real life who would love to just put out misinformation about me. How do you know this guy just didn't have a fallout with him over something stupid and he's not a vindictive asshole? How do you know? People don't think of all this stuff, though. They just take it at the surface level and don't think maybe there's a story behind this, that this guy may have a hate boner for Wings. You know? Thank you for enjoying, my birds. We were given consent by this person to record the following conversation. The name of the person speaking out has been censored for the sake of privacy. Oh, how sweet of you. Like It's a Gundam said, you know what's funny is that eventually DSP has no idea that he is his own worst enemy, and that's why the trolls feed off of him. He feeds the trolls. There's going to be a day that comes that there'll be some other new lolcow that comes around that's younger, that has more energy to respond to them, and he's just gonna. Once the trolls give up on DSP, that's it. What he doesn't realize is, one, he's his own worst enemy, like It's a Gundam said, and two, they're keeping him relevant. His streams are fucking boring. Not saying that I put together banger streams, whatever. I'm not patting myself on the back in any way. But again, and most people agree with me, he treats his streams like a disgruntled substitute teacher that just wants to tell the class to shut up and just read a book until the bell rings. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. All right, we get it. You know.
Yeah, so you said you've known Jody for like 30 years or something?
Yeah.
See, when they start off with the Joker, they're putting these they're trying to color your opinion instantly. Like, what's with the dramatic music where someone's just slapping their dick and hitting a key on a keyboard? What's with the Joker face with him looking down evil? Like, come on, man. I have listened to this before. I know what the fuck. I've heard a good portion of this already.
Pretty much his whole life. Yeah, I live right down the street from him. He only stays like 2 roads over from me. My mother and his mother were still friends, so I was all over there, once, twice a month on the weekends or 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, we stayed over a lot because my mother figured since there was 2 boys there that I'd have somebody to play with, type shit. But we ended up being friends, me and Kenneth, more than me and Jordy, because Jordy's kind of a fucking bully. All right, so I do a lot of YouTube.
So there you already have the guy. Obviously doesn't like him for some reason. He says that he's a bully. Okay. So Lord knows what their past is, if they had a fallout, if they had a fight. We don't know this guy's character. We don't know if he's a vindictive. If you knew this shit, that he was potentially sexually abusing, why don't you go to the authorities? Why would you why would you defend someone who's potentially molesting their sister? It just doesn't make any sense.
And it came to my attention fairly recently.
Or maybe, you know what? Maybe they did. Maybe they, just like someone paid an actress to try to pretend that I was sexually assaulted someone who doesn't exist at a job that there were no females working at. And paid him to read a script, paid a woman to read a script. Who knows? Maybe they gave this guy some money through PayPal. You have no, someone just paid to put that up there. Not only are they stupid to pay to try to disparage me, when the person who put up that video said, yeah, we paid someone to read that script. They are dedicated, man. You have no idea. And this guy, you don't know if he's he may be things are off about him from the thing he's saying here, but he may not You don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy. He may either be like, yo, you give me $100, I'll say whatever the fuck you need me to. So then, and here's the thing, because think about the psyops like this. I want you to understand how deep and weird this shit goes. So he puts this information out there. Everyone always is going to second guess Wings now because this information is out there. Maybe he did do it. Maybe he didn't. Then the guy comes out to legally cover his ass and say, oh, everything I said isn't true. But now those seeds of doubt are sown that Wings could have possibly done this. So the damage has been done, and now he's legally covered, and maybe he got $100 to go get a fucking case of Miller Lite or whatever. You know what I mean? A few cases of it. Like, I know how look, I'm not saying it's allegations, and I hope to God it didn't happen, but I just know how dedicated and how deceitful these motherfuckers can be. So I always kind of second guess it because I know the lengths they'll go to disparage people. Rich, a bit I'll tell you still talk to Boogie? Yes. He's been looking down. Today's upload, you could see him in it. I haven't checked it. I'll check it later. I haven't checked it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, so please use this 20 to get a porcelain duck and complete the bird trio. Also, yes, ducks are birds. Love you, buddy. Texas for always keeping me entertained. Thank you very much, man. We will get another bird. I don't know about a duck, but we'll get some kind of bird. A special bird.
Within the past year, that Jordy was being trolled, and at first I was like, kind of went to the defense of the guy because I know him.
Now the thing about this is too, why wouldn't you go to Keem? Like you're being contacted by this community. You must have some connections. You must know that Keemstar in some way exists, or anybody else. Why would it's just weird that why would you go to the people that are known for disparaging him where it would already mitigate the credibility of the statement? It's just weird, man. It just doesn't add up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it was like little things that I would hear.
Oh, God, Google fish.
Through my mother interacting with his mother and knowing his brother and people that hang out with him and his sister. I know his sister well. Things started pinging in my ears that was like, this shit's real, and he really does. It's not an act, but it is. For me, and what made me reach out really is the rumors about because there was rumors going around through the family about possible sexual assault on his sister.
What? Say it again.
There was rumors going around the family about possible, and the people you bring it up to are his troll group. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Rich, I'm from Liverpool, and I pretty much watch you most nights. Plus, our city symbol is a liver bird, and it smells like shit.
It stinks like shit. Cucumbers.
Again, Wings?
Don't feel ashamed if you got to jerky shit to your sister.
Okay, yeah. He said a stupid fucking joke I would never personally say. And I'm going to agree with Tipster here. They're peppering that in throughout the dude, this I don't know. This
He had either said I believe that he said something extremely inappropriate. And when he was called on it when she confronted him about what he had said, he said that he didn't care what he said because what he said wasn't a fucking lie. And it was some fucking straight up inappropriate shit to be saying about your 13-year-old sister. When Kenneth went overseas, his sister reached out to me, and she was very young, and I was like, no thank you, and I stopped fucking going around. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that his sister wanted to hook up? What the fuck is going on? What even is this shit? This is not... this has the pro Jared thing. You have these damning, and you don't know to go to the authorities. You go to people that are trolls. Out of anybody else, out of any, like, you go to like your local fucking news. Go to somebody. But why would you initially defend if you thought that these rumors about him were true? You would defend a alleged child molester then? Come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
So around that time is whenever all of that shit happened.
That turd could... It looks like a battering ram was coming out of that horse's ass. What's up? Joe Bidet is in the building.
Stinks like shit. Cucumbers.
Oh, man.
It was right before that Jordy got booted to his grandmother's house over whatever the fuck happened there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody confirms or denies what the real reason behind it was, but
and that's the thing. Now, this whole thing wins too. This whole thing wins because now the information is out there. I mean, at least with me, actually, the person who put the allegations, like, yeah, I hired someone to make a video. Yeah, I blew it. I don't know if I have the sound effect on there, but like now the seeds of sown are now the seeds of doubt are sown, and now he's going to have to deal with this for probably the rest of his life. People are fucking terrible, man.
But my mother, who's his mother's...
I'm telling you, they probably paid this guy like $100 at most to put this lie out there. And then he put out the YouTube video to cover his own ass. I'm telling you.
Best friend, I'm assuming, wouldn't tell me a lie about it. A lot of this, like I said, a lot of the shit that he had said in the past when we were kids and shit jives a lot with some of the shit that he says now. And back in the day, I chalked a lot of what he was saying up to, you know,
all the music.
He's just a dude who ain't very cool, so he has to say this shit, so we think he's cool and shit, you know? Like the kid, you know, everybody had the friend in school, or the young kid in school that was their friend that would talk shit about killing animals or shit like that. Everybody has that fucking one guy that's just like, he's overtly creepy in a fucking ironic sense. You know what I mean? And I felt like that was what his personality was. He was just kind of saying it to say it. And then now with a lot of the shit he says when he's an adult, it really fucking kind of makes you think. Listen, I heard through the grapevine that the only reason that they even are a thing, get this, he supposedly made a deal with her that if
well, now this is talking about like his wife and why they got this. Dude, you just dropped a nuke that he may have molested his sister. How do you go from there to this? How do you know? You're a neighbor.
She married him. He had some property to give, right? Kind of like bait and switch. He didn't have shit to give, but he kind of led her to believe he did. And now they're just stuck in this like, well, even if I divorce him, I won't get shit. And she's heavy trolling on the dude. She's heavy trolling him like all the time. I bumped into her at Walmart one time and she went on a 20-minute tirade about how he's a fucking disgusting pig and he stinks, and when he sleeps he fucking snores, and how uncomfortable it is fucking living with the guy. Like, like, why in the fuck are you married? I'd say it's about mutual. I feel like the marriage was to get at each other, really. He also wants a little bit of a tax break, because if he's married and his wife's there as a burden, he can claim more tax money. Yeah, oh yeah. All she has to do is do a basic 9 to 5 for 25 hours, and he can just piggyback off her health insurance. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, he doesn't do anything that wouldn't benefit him. I was asking him, I was like, hey, what?
This guy sounds like a person with an axe to grind.
What you been into, dude? And she just was like, well, he's recently he's getting like bad shit because of some dick pic that he supposedly sent to a girl. And
chances of RLM Corp coming. This is RLM Corp, bro. You're on it. So it is back in a sense. I'm not kidding. Yeah, this is.
And he was like super uncomfortable about the whole fucking conversation. You could tell because like she was she was trolling him right in front of his face. It was kind of pathetic in a way, but I mean, if you deserve it, you deserve it, shit. But she was making light of the dick pics, but in doing so, she was like size shaming him, like right to our face. My wife would never say shit like that. It don't matter if I've got a fucking cocktail weenie between my legs. My wife, if you asked her, she'd be like, "Yeah, it's as big as my arm, and I can't handle it."
What? How about, like, people don't ask your wife about your fucking dick? This is just... Oh, my God. Look, man, I mean... I don't even know where the DSP laugh is. Where is Ack Ack? Here. He said it in some streams talking about what they did for Valentine's Day, and it also had the cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
So, at the time when all that stuff was happening, the rumors with his sister, that was around the time that I worked with him at Domino's. He delivered pizzas. He didn't make any of them. Yeah, he said he'd never do that. That he'd rather just take the boxes to the door and get the tip. Oh shit, dude! One time I went over there to hang.
It sounds chopped up.
With
I am taking all this not even with a grain of salt. This is ridiculous.
With Kenneth, and I was helping him install airbags on his truck because he used to have this fucking S10 with a little skid plate and shit. And while I was there, I went in the house to use the bathroom. I wasn't even like really wanting to go in the house at all. I went in the house to use the bathroom, and it was like as soon as you open the door, you could smell sweat. It just smells like sweat, you know, like a locker room at a gym, you know. And he was always in the fucking chair, and he was always up at the computer screen every fucking time I went over there. I mean, I swear to God, I took Kenneth home from a bar. It was like 3:00 in the morning. We went in there, and he was in the fucking chair, like half asleep and shit. You know, like he didn't even have a bed in his bedroom for a while, bro. He would sleep up in that fucking chair, man.
What, say it again, Wings?
Don't feel ashamed if you got to jerk your shit to your sister.
Okay. There's a fucking part 2 I gotta watch of this idiot. All right, let's continue, man. And what's with the jokes in this too? Like, I get you're a troll, but if this is something that's meant to be truly damning,
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
Yeah, whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
yeah, there's a part 3 too. A dad tried to limit his children's internet uses by using a radio. He ended up shutting down the internet in his entire town. I'd fuck, especially with what I do for a livelihood, I'd fucking kill. He's using John Carpenter's The Thing music. Well, yeah, it's kind of, it's pretty amazing though. I like putting this shit on blast. Yeah, I'll play the Keemstar thing too. If you can't keep it, you're keeping it in the family. Wings of Revenge. My mom has been very close with his friends for myth. Wait, his name is Wings of Revenge, or this is a troll that posted like notes? Me and Kenneth and Jordy used to play Mortal Kombat, and I played The real story is so much more fucked up than you guys ask me. All right, just talk, dude. Domino's Pizza. He liked heavy rock, like screaming, growling shiz, and I'm not really big on it. What did he? What? He liked heavy rock, like screaming, growling. Oh, so his music you're talking about? Who gives a shit? Yeah, it's on my, dude, there's so much other stuff I got. I know a lot of people want me to talk about that. His mom is Sabrina. At least they have the courtesy of... Okay, so it doesn't mean that his intentions are noble, man. Like... Dude, like I said to you, there's people that are pieces of shit who we don't like each other, that if you went to them, they would make you think I was the Antichrist, because they're just, you know, everyone has people they don't like them, and if you went to them, man, no, they wouldn't say things like this. But you can't trust anybody. He's replying to deleted messages.
Him about what he'd said. He said that he didn't care what he said because...
Now, this was a completely different person I was talking about in the conversation, because they were trying to bring up that age of consent, and they knew that he had a
So now the guy is there.
younger sister, and they were trying.
This is insane. It's just, I don't know what I'm pausing for, but fuck it.
To say all this stuff about him with his molesting his sister, supposedly, or whatever the hell they wanted to try and spin there. And what I was talking about was another fellow that I know, James.
Well, yeah, and the weirdest thing for me, and what made me reach out, really.
Yeah, fuck this shit. Let's watch DSP. Let's watch It's a Gundam DSP. That just stinks to high heaven, man. That just stinks to high heaven. It just... So which one's the first one? This one is the first one. You just... That's just it's fucking weird.
Preface. If you have better things to do, this video probably isn't for you. If you have a lot of time to kill, and you need something to listen to in between the minutia of whatever you're doing, I know the feel.
I got to look into that more. I haven't had time today. Captain Star Chaser.
Then this might just be for you. The video could be over 2 hours long.
Oh.
You have been warned. This video centers around DSP and his erroneous lies.
Yeah, dude, Tipster, it just doesn't... It doesn't... I watched some of your stream, too. It just doesn't add the fuck up, man. It just doesn't add up. It just does not add up. I saw what Keemstar... I watched the thing that Keemstar said, too. And as a person who knows, people will make up shit if they don't like you. Like, maybe they had a fallout. Maybe... Who the hell knows? It could be so many different reasons. There's not just two sides to a story. There's 1,000 sides to a story. And there's more sides to that story than we know. Now, if Wings, like EDP, came out and said, yes, I did something, and you know, then yeah, that's different, you know. It's so funny how people bring that up to you. Oh, why do you keep talking about EDP and you're not talking about, oh, is it because he's black? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Is Shane Dawson black? Was James Charles black? Talked about them. I talked about them more than EDP, or at least the same. Now, again, if Wings came out and said, I did something, that's a different story. But this is, I don't even know what that fucking was.
I can't be Walter Cronkite and talk about DSP. I might receive help with this from the Detractor
Stinks like
community.
shit.
Memeology will contribute pieces as well that I've missed. Trying to debunk all of Phil's little white lies, if you will, is very time-consuming and life-consuming. The video will cut short abruptly due to the fact that my computer literally couldn't handle the over 2-hour audio and video I was working on for the DSP interview video, which led...
He kind of is a comedy character in my streams. I know he hates it, but he just has too many one-liners, man, and he's a public figure. Hey, now that the bridge is officially burnt with, I think some of his Spider-Man PlayStation 1 score belongs on the soundboard. I can't get out of here. Him? He fucking... Dude, I'm probably already in his line of sights to get fucking sued. I don't need any more ammunition for him.
Led to my computer actually crashing and deleting the video.
Why am I toxic?
By the way,
this is
I'm
rare.
not the be-all, end-all on knowledge of DSPism. I am a new scribe in the cartography that is DSPism. In order to get a good grasp
good
of this
seltzer.
man as a person, it would take you literally months, if not years, to try and catch up with everything. You're going to have to look towards guys like Tevin or something, Ludwig World Order,
And you still wouldn't have everything because there is so much lore around DSP.
DSP archives on Twitter. Literally, it takes an entire team to try and keep up with all the machinations in this man's head. And I honestly believe he believes some of the things he says.
No, he absolutely does. He has zero self-awareness. If he had self-awareness, he would be a multimillionaire by now. He has none. Yeah, wasn't he funding like Republican?
Do I feel Phil is evil? No. Do I think he is dishonest? Yes. Very dishonest.
What are you talking about? He's having fun. We got bone meal here. Fucking potion. Big ups, a little blurry potion.
Oh my god, what a mess.
Man, I can't believe he wants to
only
stream this
smoked
for a whole
150
stream,
minutes.
honestly.
Yeah, he's never happy in his streams. He cannot tell me that he's enjoying himself. Like there's sometimes I'm a little tired tonight, but I always fucking enjoy myself. There are times I'm actually happy that I've streamed, and it's not just about the money. The money is a decent motivating factor. I won't hide that. But I enjoy talking about this shit. I would be watching this shit right now if I wasn't streaming. Like him, it's like, dude, this is why I would never base my live streams around gaming. I'm fucking 40. He's close to 40. I love gaming. I was just gaming before I was streaming. I'm not even talking about the Wii U. I was playing on my Switch. I forgot whatever the fuck I was playing, but I was playing something. But we ain't 20 anymore, bro. Like, it's not enjoyable sitting on camera for 8 hours and streaming a game. I get it. You know, but you base yourself solely around this. And, like, It's a Gundam says, and I'll continue and shut the fuck up for 3 seconds. He really has to... He doesn't even realize it, but it's how his stupid antics that he doesn't mean are what keeps him relevant. But once there's some new lolcow that comes around, they're gonna that's really what keeps people paying attention and what keeps people coming to his streams is that they want to see what he's gonna do. So Rich, when are you and DSP finally moving in together, starting a YouTube channel? You could call it Two Men with... He would never. Dude, I would do it. It would be a huge moneymaker. But if DSP had his own documentary series, do you think it might be or equal towards Chris Chan? No, not. He isn't anywhere. Chris Chan is next level fucking insane. DSP needs a bird in his life. Yeah, he does. He needs birds. Never mind. I can't find... Hold me back, Rich. You're about to commit ad hominem. I don't even know what that means, Khalid. Thank you. You were the one who gave me the idea the other day, and it did work for a while until OBS just decided to stop it from working. But I heard that there was a Windows update that was pushed through that broke OBS. DSP, EDP, don't put EDP in the same tier as in Wings. That whole story just stinks to high heaven with me. I'm not going to judge him on that fucking nothing burger of a story. You know, God forbid he did do something to his sister that's disgusting, and of course I condemn it, but I wouldn't damn him on that, what I just saw. Well, let's leave EDP out of that because he's a potentially child molesting piece of shit, and I don't like joking about him. Oh, Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. Oh, no, actually, Sexy Coco would just suplex all of them, flex, and then just walk out of the ring. So there's that. What's up, Revan? How are you, man?
Top cheer of the night.
By himself, too.
He says, watch your interview. You came across very honest and humble. Cheers to you, Phil. Thank you, alone.
Oh, his interview with the Griftering, which was about, it was about as natural as fucking saccharine. Oh, God, that was, and here is the thing. Phil doesn't do interviews, and as much as he's a lolcow, you know what the Griftering thought. He's like, all right, I'll ask him softball questions because I'll have the only interview with this guy on YouTube. And videos that, like, document Phil's life get insane amount of views. Insane amount. That's why the Griftering did it. That's why Captain Pissed in his basement did it. Yeah, camping pisses me off. There was someone camping today when I was playing. I think it was people when I was playing the Wii U games. I actually got into matches in Black Ops too. And yeah, there were people camping. I also suck too because the Wii U gamepad's comfortable, but it's not good with first person shooters. Trump literally clogged the White House. Yes, I know. He is such a fucking buffoon. He's such a buffoon. There's other presidents that have done very corrupt things, but he's just like, he's just like a fucking circus act that's spray tan.
Monk. I mean, the intention was to try to come across as a real person and not a giant meme or, you know.
If you answered those things from the Griftering. And he gave him such softball questions. And Jeremy was like, oh, yeah, I could relate. I can... Shut the fuck up, Jeremy. You just wanted an interview at him because you know it would look delicious in the algorithm. He would never... Phil would never come on. He already said to me, I'll come on. And he gave me, like, all these things. Like, I saw his email. I didn't even fucking reply to it. It was like, oh, we can't talk about this. We can't talk about you. We have no drama in here. I'm like, dude, you are... the biggest drama mongering for DSP is DSP. So no, Phil, people are going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you questions. You are the one who put you in this situation. Now, again, with people going into your personal life, with swatting you, with going into your banking statements and shit, like that's just fucking disgusting stuff, and I don't condone that at all. I condemn all that. That's fucking gross. But the stuff that you put out there and then people questioning you about it, why can't people put your feet to the flames, man?
A lolcow, as sadly a lot of people know me as, because they don't actually know me as a person, nor do they attend my streams, nor do they know the full story of anything that happens to me.
Because, Phil, you won't talk about the full story. You only talk about... a conservative friend of mine says he misses the transparency of Trump. Yeah, that he is as transparent as a... fucking sheet of I can't think of it right now. Sheetrock. I couldn't. How about review EDP 445 should be locked up for the rest of his life? US, dude, it's and the thing. What concerns me, like, look. At least he was outed in some way, and what I always say is that the Archfiend made a very good point. He may have never been caught, but now here's a guy who's going to be he's going to be banished from society for the rest of his life. Hopefully, it doesn't end where someone gets hurt, whether it be himself or someone else.
They just hear the negative spin that all the idiots put on it in order to make a name for themselves and get recognition for themselves and make money themselves. So it was good to get a fair shake, and it was a great interview.
How does money always get brought up, DSP? I thought it wasn't about money.
I basically saw a lot of positivity this week as a result of the interview, so I'm very happy the way it went.
What fucking positivity did he see? He was begging today.
Oh my god.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Oh, man. It is 2 in the morning. I shouldn't even be doing this, honest to God. As I try to limit DSP content. I know
you can't limit DSP content. It is, I'll admit it, it is addicting. DSP content is, because it's just a fascinating thing to show someone in vivid detail what they are doing wrong. They just continue to do it. It just is incredible. It is mind-boggling. It is fun to watch. Phil, if you're wondering why I can't keep your name, that's why. You continue to entertain, and you don't even know why you entertain.
Cucumbers.
I know some people say, well, the Quartering did the video so he can get a... Really? I turned this shit on, and that's when people message me. I know some people say the Quartering did this video with DSP to get a lot of views and blah, blah, blah.
Yes, that's exactly why he did it.
Listen, I can tell you from experience, DSP videos are not a ratings getter, okay? Like, for real, if you need proof...
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Mostly.
Proof that DSP watching is like an acquired taste. Look no further than his streams. You go to DSP streams and it's like parts of Japan. It's a ghost town. There's like a few people who are so loyal to the pignosis that they stop in and throw a few bits in him. Here you go, Phil. Been watching you since 1942.
He had no idea where the UK was. Oh my god.
You really make good content. I was in a rough spot, Phil, but that
what's up, Floppy?
time when you jerked off on stream, it really turned my life around.
What is up, everyone?
Oh, the camera's
on. Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
Look, listen.
And he's moving back and forth. I know this. He's moving like, did they see my dick? Is there any angle that my erection could be at the bottom of this camera? Let's find out. Let's find out. You can't see my penis. You can't see my penis. Look here. Look, listen.
Look here. Look, listen.
That's what he was doing. I'm not just, I mean, I am being an asshole and being stupid, but that's what he was doing. He was like, fuck, did they see anything? Did they see like a rope shoot over my shoulder?
Hello.
Anyway, the interview with,
and he always refers to it as the incident. Bro, you got caught jerking off. I would be, if I got caught jerking off and it did not, luckily nothing was seen and it wasn't violating TOS, I would have shirts with my fat face on it, man. Like, he is missing out on opportunities, but he just calls it the incident and it's like, we can't talk about that. Like, Phil, you got caught fapping because you thought the camera was off. It's not that big a fucking deal. Why would you have denied it, Top Loaded? It's obvious. Who gives a shit? We all jerk off. You know what I mean? Everyone faps. You know, he thought the camera was off. Yeah, I never hold that against him. It's not that big a deal. It's not like you saw his dick. You could just tell by his stupid fucking faces what he was doing. Like, him denying it was way more damaging than the actual Fapgate itself. If he just said, yeah, I got, like, I always bring up the Amazing Atheist, man. Look at the amazing, he had a banana up his ass. And he poured hot wax on his micro penis, and he lived to tell the tale. He lived. DSP, because I was scratching. Like, bro, you were scratching. Shut the fuck up. You were scratching your leg. Maybe like 20 seconds of scratching, dude. It's all how you handle shit, man. People accept that people aren't perfect. And everyone makes mistakes, and everyone does dumb shit, and we all fap. But it's how you handle something is how people respond to you. DSP handles things like shit. Like, I've had some satisfying scratches, but that is the look of a man in ecstasy. Dude, he talks about his fap like people refer to like January 6th. Or, you know what I mean? Like, on January 6th, the incident happened. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of it. I'm sorry. I know, I'm hitting it too much. Like, dude, you got caught stroking your cock and you thought the camera was off. It's really not a big deal. It's not. It's funny. It's the reason why I now have an intro where there are chickens walking around with DSP's fat face in it. It's very funny, but embrace it. It happened, Phil. No one's ever going to let it go because it's fucking hilarious. If anything, like I said, it would be let go if you were more open about it instead of the only reason you became open is was Keemstar talked about it. Yeah, the faces, man. The faces. He was like, yo, I'm going to rub one out before I start this stream. Oh, the camera's on. Oh, look at that camera. It's on.
Oh, the camera's on.
DSP and the Quartering, it didn't go well. And, for obvious reasons, let's face it. Jeremy, the Quartering, he isn't a DSP fan. He isn't a DSP watcher. He doesn't know the lore. I tried explaining some DSP stuff.
And we know, look, I'm not saying that I'm a journalist, and we know that Jeremy does no, he doesn't do research. He's like, all right, Phil, you're just here to give me views, talk. He might as well have just said that.
But let's face it, you got to be real with yourself as a detractor. How many people in your life, when you try to expose them to the minutia that is the lore of DSP, care? I remember I used to annoy a girl I was dating with DSP. I was like, look what Phil is doing. Look what he is up to. This man is an unscrupulous piece of crap. And she's like, oh my God, if you don't stop showing me DSP, I will leave you. Long story short, she left. So yeah, thanks, Phil. In order to really do an interview.
You're ruining It's the Gundam's sex life. He's no longer having sex because he can't stop talking about DSP.
You have DSP, you need somebody like Kevin.
Yeah, I know. Of course he's not retiring. Why would you retire? Like, if you want to take a break, I get it. But it's not like I have no one to answer to. You know what I mean? Like, I could do whatever I want to on my channel. Change it into something different. You know what I mean?
Almighty Tevin, you need him.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, no, we got to stop the stream. I just received a $1 tip from an anonymous tipper. And they just informed me that Almighty Tevin is watching my stream right now and talking crap about me. Ah!
What the fuck?
Ah! Who cares?
Oh, Phil, don't make it like you don't care. You care immensely. You care immensely when he's watching. You are caring right now that I am doing this. Don't lie to me and say that you don't. Hey, Rich, Harry. Also, my grandma told me to tell you that you should get a real cockatoo. No, they are a lot of work, those birds. I love your grandma, but I looked into it. I was actually thinking about getting a cockatoo. Then I realized that I would have to dedicate my life to a fucking bird that's probably going to outlive me. He has a pretty decent looking wife, Seggy Melons.
Who?
It kind of his ex Pandalee was pretty good looking too.
Gives a shit. Oh my god. Like anyone gives a flaming fuck about that loser.
Apparently, I could tell by just your body mannerisms and attitude that you care immensely.
You probably need memology. Someone Julius Cruz, GTG Network, Snort Brunel. Who else is there? Oh my god. Mighty D. There's so many. What's sad is DSP stuff it becomes so pointless to keep up with that even some of the greatest detractors have left. I still lament that Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs is gone.
Hello everyone, Darkside Phil here. Today is actually...
Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs is back and better than ever, by the way, and he makes the funniest videos ever. I have literally cried laughing watching Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, and his name is Dick Stroking Phil. I don't care, I'm spamming the applause. Fuck. Oh my god, his humor is off the chain. The way that's talent.
Regards to once again,
I swear to God, man, if he's looking for money, yo, Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, I'm looking for someone to do clips for my streams, man. Hit me up in a DM. I don't know if anyone knows him or not, because he would be perfect for it, because he has the humor, I could tell. I'm not playing.
YouTube and ad revenue.
Oh no!
I hate to be a broken fucking record and make a video like this every month, which I know many of you don't care about. If you don't care about it, I recommend you jump out the window. Alright, I'm gonna calm down now. The past couple of weeks, people have been saying, Phil seems stressed out. Why do you think? Because I'm babysitting Leanna every day and it's driving me nuts. It's just a mind fuck, basically. Oh, by the way, I'm completely disabling comments and likes and dislikes on this video. YouTube...
Yeah, that is the worst thing that you could do, Tommy Tellerico. DSP looks like a FIFA Ultimate Team player who's down in his luck. He just can't laugh at it. He's not capable of laughing at himself. I guess that's a talent or a skill. I got to look at it like that. I know a lot of people that are like that. They can't. They lose their mind if people don't take them seriously all the time. No, I don't want his scream. I'd rather bang this porcelain chicken against my head until I'm unconscious than have his scream on my... I love you, but that's just no.
Comments are so fucking toxic at this point, there's no reason for them to even exist anymore.
So just don't read them, Philip. That's what I do. Even when I see the toxic comments, I unless it's something with personal information, I 99.9% of the time don't care.
Or those idiots.
I always find it funny too when people think I'm deleting their comments and then they get in fights with themselves, fighting with themselves about me deleting their comments, replying to their own comments from the comments that I didn't delete, fighting, saying I'm deleting their comments. You can't make that up. Like, yo, they're literally having a boxing match with themselves. They are punching the fucking air, thinking that I am fighting them. I'm just like, oh, look at him deleting my comments. I guess he doesn't like the truth. See ya, look, why'd you delete that? I'm like, I haven't deleted a single fucking thing you said. I haven't deleted fucking anything. It's actually, I'm sitting there laughing. It's like, oh my God. They are sitting right now on their phone or at home fighting with themselves. They're stressing themselves out. And I am pissing them off. And I haven't even done anything. That is literally living rent-free in someone's head. Yeah, maybe there's a word that there's like a filter that it hides. So then they think I'm deleting the comment, which I'm fucking not. And then they like get into a fight with themselves. Like they're getting angry at me because an automated system didn't want them to say like fucking fat piece of shit. I had to think of something. Rich, got my first tattoo today during the session. The tattoo artist showed me a leak pic of Soulja Boy's unit. Like, you mean you literally saw a picture of Soulja Boy's Soulja penis? Was he cranking the Soulja penis? Christ, this is going to be like a 5-year biopic with how slow we're going to go through this, with how much I don't shut the fuck up. Frosty Kid, thank you for the wiener.
idiots who fucking are gonna tear this video apart to make me look bad. They're gonna steal this video illegally anyway and post it on their own fucking...
It's not illegal, Phil. Dude, you use gameplay footage from games, it's fair use. People talk about you, I'm discussing you right now, it's fair use. I'm watching It's a Gundam's video that he made on you. And I am covered by fair use. He's covered. It's a fair use inception right now, Phil. You have to learn fair use. You would think you are the same man that in 2013, I believe, said that when you got a bunch of videos flagged that it's my work of art. I bought the product, but me talking over it is my work of art. This is my work of art, Phil. It's a Gundam's work of art. You have a very strange go-to.
channels, so let them have all that vile negative comments and shit on their own fucking...
By the way, I will be still making a video on Wings tomorrow, because especially after watching all that... Look, I know there's a lot of people that hate him and want to bring him down, and look, if, God forbid, he did anything to his sister, that is absolutely disgusting. It's, of course, is something I condemn. But that ain't it that I would trust that happened with, that's for shit sure.
Fucking channels and keep it off of mine. Ah, fuck DSP.
He made the best DSP videos because he'd take a DSP pre-stream thing where DSP sits and he pontificates the same stories over and over and over.
I bring up the stories a lot too, but yeah, no,
over again.
Phil wants it's called the Guilt Trip Podcast. I call it for Phil.
Swear to
he goes over news and stuff too, admittedly.
God. DSP is like a broken record. But anyway, Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs would take it, chop it up, and it'd be hilarious. I'll look for a clip to show you. It's funny stuff. It's too bad he quit. I think he went to college. Anyway, enough of this. I may as well try to get through this as quickly as possible.
I think I'm addicted to smelling farts. I would feel so bad if, like, some woman had a kink fetish and wanted an intro guy to fart in her face. They would be so punished after that.
Possible. I know people demand it. I hope this doesn't turn into, like, a multiple-day video.
You'll find out tomorrow in my video, man. Because I'm not even going to necessarily defend him. I'm just going to, there's a lot of people who don't deal with the shit that I've dealt with through the years, who don't understand how much Psyops is used by these dedicated trolls and just terrible people in general. There's a lot of power in manipulating words.
Video editing session where I'm like searching for proof because if I don't find enough stuff to refute what DSP is saying, it's basically my word versus his. And on the internet, that means absolutely jack shit. On top of that, the Quarterling couldn't have me on the interview with DSP.
Is he calling him the Quarterling on purpose?
Because it would be over, all right? He would play the good cop, I'd be the bad cop. By the time I got my questions in, Phil would have checked out. It would have been over.
No, I'm leaving. This is you're a detractor and this is toxic.
As Almighty Tevin says, I would have gone to Band World. All right, let's do this. My head is already ringing because I know what I'm in for. All right, let's fast forward to DSP stuff. It is actually impressive that the Quartering did get an interview with DSP because anyone who follows DSP knows DSP pulls out faster than I do with a woman. Like,
well, okay.
The second it comes up close to D-Day for DSP to do a podcast or an interview, he quits. He pulls out.
I love The Godfather with Phil.
Who cares? Any exposure is good exposure, right? But anyone who has like a following of their own wouldn't want to associate with me because they know that there's these hundreds of trolls who just troll the shit out of anything that I'm involved in. Already they're shitting all over the Quartering because...
Phil, you don't realize that the only reason that you are still making a living, bro, is because of the trolls, man. Also, thank you for almost 1,000 people here tonight. If it wasn't for the trolls wanting to see the stupid shit that you get into, I really don't think you would have any kind of following right now. I guarantee it, actually. And then those trolls are eventually going to grow up and move on, or or even if they don't move on and still troll, they're going to find someone else who's new and more lolcowish. I mean, there's literally videos of him falling asleep while he's playing the fucking video games.
Interview, you know, and it's fucked up. Like, what did I do wrong? What did he do wrong? Nothing, right? It's pretty stupid in my opinion, but it sucks. I can never get any kind of a sizable collab going because of these idiots.
Phil, I have asked you to come on so many times, but you just won't come on. See, the Quartering would sell his soul to the fucking devil for $1. So, of course, he'll have you on and ask you the most softball fucking questions. He would have blew you to have you on there. I won't do that. You see, like he said he would have came on, but there has to be like all these guidelines. Like, bro, I don't have anyone. I don't have guidelines for Scott the Waz or Budahar or Stuttering Craig. I might have guidelines for you. Fuck out of here. At 7 in the video, Wings of Redemption says he's pushing for by Wings that he rings. Which video? The newest one?
That just ruined everything. DSP's Rocktologist tipped me $1. I'm digging your interview with the Quartering. What made you do it? Did you charge him for it? I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. I'm glad the lies that you've been dodging interviews are false.
I've heard that he's asked money for interviews before. That's alleged, of course. I can't verify it, but I've heard that he has.
Detractors and Wings can eat shit for lying. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I was never dodging interviews at all. Never did I dodge a single interview.
Phil, you would have came on. I'll give you that, but you gave me a whole bunch. That's not you coming on then for. I'm not going to sit there and dodge like shit that pretty much mostly you put out there. It's part of your persona. It's part of you. You got to own it, and it's part of what people are going to talk about with you.
You said no, and the lie detector test determined Ralph.
That was a lie. Let me tell you why. We were doing the podcast show, and DSP said,
"The fuck is White Boy 7th Street doing, man? Is he selling fucking sneakers? Like, what's going?"
Yo, we're trying to schedule it. Say it's July 25th right now. We're trying to schedule it for August 25th, so a month from now, like 4 episodes from now. We're hitting up DSP like, yo, can you do the show next month on the 26th? Like, just so his calendar is clear. Or maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it was. He said, no, I'm going to be sick then, dude. This dude said he's got to be sick in a month.
I mean, not that White Boy 7th Street is the most reliable of sources, but neither is DSP. So we will file this under the hearsay category.
Like, he scheduled it on his calendar that he was about to be sick. Pathetic.
Okay, James Dean. Gotcha.
Horrible. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? I mean, it might have been his period. You're right. He might have had the app. His period was going to come.
There's no podcast in the works, everyone. I told everyone it was never locked in. It was something I was planning, and it just didn't work out, honestly. So I'm not doing any podcasts, no. In reality, the truth of the matter is...
What is he playing?
That I don't want to go on a podcast and have it, instead of being something positive, turn into something negative. And I'm actually not saying anything against any hosts or anything. It has nothing to do with that. What honestly I'm afraid of is, like, when I realized how much trolling I would have gotten, you know, not only me but my girlfriend as well, I said, this is not worth it, you know?
And I thought I would tell a quick story for the hell of it. This is the story of how
Subnautica,
kind of almost interviewed DSP, but didn't really. Well, that's DSP. And my boy Hikiko brings it up to me that there's no interview. Nobody's ever talked to this guy. I only know the guy because of drama. I never followed him. So nobody's been able to get an interview with this guy, and there's a reason why, and we'll get to that in a minute, I suppose. And he's like, you know what? If you could talk to him, that would be interesting. He could talk about his side. I don't really want to talk to DSP, but you know what? Fuck it. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning, and we're just having a bit of bants. So I send DSP a message on Twitter, And I'm like, okay, so I've interviewed these 2 other people. I don't know if he knows about the channel or some or not. Would you like to come on sometime? And DSP gets back to me. And this is the reason why nobody's ever been able to talk to him, have an interview of him, whatever you want to call it. He says, yeah, within like 20 minutes. He says, yeah, I'll talk to you, or I'll do the show, whatever. But you have to pay me, because I would get bits and some other... I don't know Twitch lingo, but basically you make money off donations, and there's different names for these things. It's like bits and some other thing. And he's like...
Yeah, I know. He's asked for money. Yeah.
It's $800 for a day.
Oh my.
He's supposed to do one with like that fat guy who hung out with Leafy for a little while. I don't remember his name. So please forgive me, dude, in your podcast. I can't remember. And I don't know if I'll edit in trying to find your podcast. I don't have the energy right now. I will not lie to you. This is the type of day where I feel like Huey Lewis in the news singing, I want a new drug, one that won't make me sick. It comes to mind. Let's see. He was also going to do one with some other guy who I don't really know. I'm going to have to find the clip. And lastly, DSP is going to do a podcast or an interview with Wings of Redemption. Now, here's the one that I remember vividly, which was Wings. DSP is supposed to do a thing with Wings at the last minute. Papa Pig Roach pulls out. Oh, dude, he's sick. Oh, Phil don't feel well. So Wings is like, cool, we could do it later. Then DSP goes and streams that day when he's supposed to do the interview with Wings.
Yeah, you wanted to make money.
Wings then supposedly, allegedly gets upset and says Phil was playing him. Phil BS'd him. Phil said he was going to stream with him and then pulled out and streamed later in the day.
Yes.
It was true. Wings wasn't lying. But then, like, that's what led to DSP's and Wings fallout. It was the beginning of the fallout. You don't need the whole lore there. Supposed Battlefield beta playing together that never happened. Nobody got time for that.
I don't give a shit if DSP doesn't want to play. Seriously, I don't care. I'll
ban anybody who wants to play with DSP.
For the invitation. If he doesn't want to play, he doesn't want to play. You guys are making a bigger deal. You creating drama right now. There's no drama.
Yeah, that's the only interview that Phil would do. Is if he could be the only interview that Phil would do, which I haven't watched the full thing with The Quartering. Probably because I knew it was going to be a bunch of bullshit, but I should, for objectivity, watch it. Is that if he doesn't get to seem like the victim 98% of the time, he won't do the interview. So, Phil, we know that people out of nowhere just randomly wanted to troll you just because, you know, it's unfair and life is unfair to you, right? Well, yes, Rich, yes. Thank you for sucking my cock metaphorically for 20 minutes.
I don't.
When does Elden Ring come out?
Like that video I made last week. That was the
hey,
first
it's my
video I ever
favorite
made
bearded
about
man.
you, even though I've known about you for many years. I'm not like a, as you might call it, a detractor channel. Oh
no, you're not. Yeah, you're not at all. It's not like you would cancel people and put out personal information. Nah, you would never do that, right? You're an anti-cancel culture, right? Good for you, man. Fight the good fight, Jeremy.
Oh, absolutely not. That's honestly one of the reasons why when I saw the video, I was like, this guy is not someone who constantly rags on me. He, you know, I watched the video. Yeah,
because he doesn't really know you.
He took some shots at me. Everyone has, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it didn't offend me, and I was like, you were actually being honest and upfront, and you were analyzing it from kind of a third-party standpoint that was fair about these asshole independent media bullshit, you know, trying to attack me.
Phil only really did this with The Quartering. We're breaking this down for real. This is usually what the Goutopia News Network does.
Goutopia News Network. Oh, is that a real troll group? No. Oh no.
Sorry, GTG. I would much rather this be you than me.
Goutopia.
DSP only did this interview because he thought he could possibly weasel something off of Jeremy in The Quartering. For real. DSP figured I'll do the interview, and he did his retrospective stream literally the same day.
Yeah, he knew they both had something mutually to gain. DSP was hoping to get new followers, and you could say whatever you want to, but having a full fat interview with DSP would beat a ton of views. I just wouldn't sell out and be like, hey, I'm going to give you softball questions to get, what is he, a fucking politician? The fucking by CNN? Yeah, don't ask anything harsh or else we're gonna remove your access. I don't need Phil's access. Thanks. If DSP can learn anything from Nikocado Avocado, it's to turn some of his moments like that. Yeah, that's one thing you got to say of it. He knows he's playing up the bullshit, and he uses that bullshit for marketing. Very well done. I need to do that, man. It's birds, everything with merchandise. I should practice what I fucking preach. He's not, dude. He missed out, Phil. If you know the amount of money you missed out on, which would have required virtually no more effort from you to capitalize on, just you accepting your weaknesses and being like, hey, man, yeah, I suck at some games and have no common sense. I'm going to make This Is How You Don't Play clips myself. But instead, you tried to claim him. You tried to shut him down. You can't get it. You literally, there is a block in your brain that you could not. Like your streams, dude, you treat them like I just can't get over it. It's literally like you're a teacher in a classroom telling the students to shut up. And even weirder, telling the students to fucking pay you.
All right, this was planned out. DSP is hoping new people come in, you know, the flow of new money and people being interested in seeing Phil's just an all right guy, which is what you would get from this interview if you know nothing about DSP.
Yep, field. Oh, wow, it's 4 events.
There's 4 on track, too. Yeah, he's
The long jump.
3-player.
3-player turn-based, okay. Should I still be Eggman? Oops, sorry, I pressed B by accident, my bad.
What is he watching his old stuff?
I'll stay with
Shots fired in Ukraine. Here we go.
I will say this about DSP. He can be somewhat charming for 5 seconds in the right dosage. You see, he seems like a normal guy throughout this interview. But if you spend any time watching Phil, the whole facade comes crumbling down. Like with his whole pro Jarrett call out. He went through this whole new PR spin. Oh, people on the internet like me ever since my pro Jarrett hot takes. Gets 15,000 retweets, all of a sudden he thinks he's got a new life. Take note that when pro Jarrett was being canceled, DSP was at the forefront of nibbling on Jared's bones. The second Detractor came from DSP. It was stupid and a waste of time, and people are hateful.
Birdage. Yeah, dude, there has to be something. I got to talk to my editor tomorrow. Maybe I get in contact.
And so on. Just remember that. It's okay when Phil does it, but it's not okay when you do it.
Earlier today.
If anyone get in touch with Dick Stroking Phil vlogs, I may have work for him. I'm serious.
I fully and formally addressed on my pre-stream, you know, the whole situation that happened with me on Twitter last night and yesterday. It's still unfolding. We've still got people going crazy tweeting about it. As of right now, my one main tweet that's been super popular has over 15,000 likes and 4,000 retweets, while the other tweet that I made has about 5,000 likes and it's like thousands of retweets. Big content creators are coming out and saying, "Wow, this is this is a cool situation for Phil." And is this Phil's redemption arc?
You think the fucking quartering even back then was going to be your redemption arc? Oh, Jesus, Phil. Oh, and Phil, out of all people, look, fine, you don't want to go on with me because I'm going to give you harsh questions. Like, that was the thing. I could have had an interview like that. It's not that I couldn't have. I could have. Matter of fact, receipts. People want receipts, right? Of course they do. Let me see if I could find his email. Which account did I do it from? Maybe this one. Let's see. No thanks. DSP, maybe? Hey, Rich. That's someone being a fake Phil. What the fuck is Phil's email? Because I could show you what he asked. Maybe it's Dark Side Phil. I don't. Hold on a second. Dark Side Phil, maybe. All right, here we go. Hey, Rich, thanks for writing. So to consider it, I need a lot of info. For example, how do you have guests on the show? Is it chat pro? Who cares? Okay, yeah, Phil, we could figure out the program like literally like 20 minutes before. How can you protect my IP? What? Protect your own IP. Have a fucking VPN on. Obviously, it depends on the program, but I obviously cannot have my IP address leaked, dude. We would have went through Zoom, and you should have a VPN. When do you stream, and what would the schedule? We would set up a time. What topics would be discussed, or will it just be 100% open questions? Because if that's the case and there's no moderation, no thanks. You already know the level of harassment we get, and I am not, well, I don't get as much as you, and I'm not going to just sit there talking about shots about things that have obviously nothing to do with my streams or content, my finances, personal. Well, dude, obviously if someone's asking like what's in your bank account, I wouldn't answer it, but people are going to ask questions, man. It's part of what we do. Personal life, my wife's personal life are off limits. I bring them up and offer something. Just look at what Kiwis Farms has done to us with conspiracy theories and bullshit. In reality, I don't think being on your live show would have anything at all to offer me. If you wanted to sit down and have an interview about a topic, even some stuff about me and my personal life that I could prepare, that would be fine. Yeah, so it would have to be softball questions. That is literally his email. I have the receipt. So for anyone's thinking that I was making that up.
This is just pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Because the way
I would love to. Like low tier, I would love to have low tier God on.
I say it is, there's nothing to redeem. Like, the people who think there needs to be a redemption arc basically have never watched me or don't know the truth about me, because I know, the thing.
It's not even that I want to grill him, Mad Mav, but those questions are going to come up. If I'm having an interview with you, what is he involved in a lot? He puts out a lot of his personal life. He puts it out there. Again, the stuff like them going into his bank accounts, but those are the questions. It's just like, dude, like I still get questions from creators about Big Cheese and shit like that, man. It happens. You're a public figure. People are going to, especially when he sits there and begs for fucking 80% of his streams. I see his streams. You can't tell me that he doesn't.
Things that people say about me and shit.
Yeah. So there you go. I could have gotten the interview with him. I have the email receipt to prove it. But I would have had to sit there and be like, hey, Phil, you're so great. Why are you so great? And please explain how you were great so I can be as great as you.
But we're never true to begin with.
The lie detector test determined Ralph.
That was a lie.
People were contacting me and saying, oh my God, like, did you actually wait 3
But bro, Jared Hilarity was the top everyone's
years to strike back at this guy? So I said, all right, you know what? This is the time and place to do this, because I've been biding my time. I seriously, ladies and gentlemen, have been biding my fucking time for years. I've been waiting for this moment because everyone wanted to make me the joke. Now's the time.
Hours yet.
That's right, Daniel. Just remember, Daniel, it's okay every once in a while to use your powers, but never fully cheat. Never go full. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it.
Training since we got here.
It's too easy. It's too easy. I can't take those easy pot shots for me. They're too easy. That's like lowest common denominator for me. I'm not going to say it.
I'd rather
I'm not going to say it.
hang out with their new friends.
Well, because we need to fit in if needed.
What?
I can't believe someone would possibly cheat. What kind of a person would cheat? I mean, you'd have to be the lowest human form of existence to be a cheater, a dirty, rotten cheater.
I thought Phil doesn't like when people talk. I thought he doesn't like the drama when people talk. It's so funny how people are. It's everyone's like that too. Sure, you don't talk about me. That's just drama. But I'll talk about somebody else. Everyone fucking does that, man.
For context, DSP's wife was cavorting around with Big Daddy Phil behind the back of her boyfriend, who we all call Subaru Man. I would go on the Kali forums and pull up proof and all these snapshots and whatnot, but you know what? I don't care enough. It just shows you what a dickhead Phil is. That's a guy who is the epitome of living in a glass house, and he's not throwing rocks. He's got an airsoft gun.
What do you mean? Come on. Don't play dumb. You're showing off in front of Finn. You want him to find out?
Finn is cool. You want it
Wait, so he hooked up with his wife, so allegedly, while she was with someone else?
You don't know that. You're gonna get busted.
Everyone's freaking out in the stream chat because they said that. It's funny. Use your power responsibly. Don't use it. Don't use it in an abusive manner, and don't cheat. Remember, Daniel, learn from the internet.
Low profile.
Yeah.
Keep a low profile.
Yeah, but not for the reasons that he hopes they watch him.
Whatever you do, don't be like... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
It could be way worse. We're making...
And gee, Pat the NES Punk, who are you talking about? I have no idea.
Does a stream debunking years of the haters and whatnot. Oh my god, I hate that I know all this shit. It's useless information. You're not getting into Cambridge with this information, you know?
I wanted to hit an 11-year-old girl. You're right. I just wanted to just, punch a girl right in the fucking...
You kind of did say it.
Face. I cop up to that one. No! What the fuck are you talking about? And there was a girl on there who obviously should not have been playing VR chat unsupervised. Why the fuck her parents are letting her play VR chat, the world of disgusting people going in there saying swears and sexual things and all kinds of fucked up stuff, right?
Can I please go in the waiting room?
Sure, where is the waiting room?
Right behind you, idiot. You click on that. I'm 11.
You're 11? Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life.
Oh, Phil. I need a break for a second.
Cucumbers. 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 If they talk to me like that, I would have fucking pimp slapped that shit out of that.
Yes, that is something that I would have pimp slapped the shit out of an 11-year-old. That is a great thing.
What the fuck? Now, if I had actually said on stream I want to beat up an 11-year-old girl, do you think I'd be on Twitch today?
DSP.
I mean, I get what he was saying. It's like it's a whataboutism or an as if situation, like. But I just in any context refrain from talking about how you would hit an 11-year-old. Like, it's not a.
He dedicates a whole stream to telling the new people who found him through the
Yeah, he's not on Twitch anymore. Kind of an oops.
Tweet how all this information on him is wrong and it's lies, rumors, and slander, blah, 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 blah. And literally, these people come back for the next stream and they get a whole dose of real DSP and they all leave.
I would do a
Now he's back to struggling to get past 400 viewers, depending on what he's playing. Point being, this was all a media blitz for DSP. He thought he was going to get some new people in on his $1,000 tip goal for the retrospective stream.
I mean, I get anywhere from, let's say, I'll be even more conservative. I'll say I get from like 600 to about 1,000 people. Today is an exception. More of a high concurrent viewership, but yeah, I see him sometimes with like 200s, man. So what I mean by that is, and that's not, look, I hate when people flat. That's like something that a person I won't name again does. They just, whenever you have a valid point, arguing against them. Well, I have more subscribers than you. Oh, well, you got me. But my point with that is that means there's probably like a dedicated small group of people that are literally paying DSP's bills. Like, it's probably like a handful of people that are the reason that his lights are kept on in his home, which is quite baffling to think about. Do you know that the tale of the rich, the Coomer, it's not a story DSP? No, I have never heard of that before.
Dream. Now, if you don't know what the hell,
I don't know if I just got trolled into saying something or not.
how the retrospective stream is, it's where you literally watch DSP watch DSP. And then he gives director's commentary on his content.
No, he does this? No.
Okay, Phil? What's wrong, Phil?
This is the best acting I've ever.
Wake up! Wake up!
Wait, hold on.
Phil, wake up! Wait a minute. I know what will work.
Okay, here we go. Here it is, a reference. Okay, we just watched this earlier today. It's a reference to when he knocked my camera over playing Start the Party. But you see what we did? It's us now. It's not us from back then when we originally played Start the Party in what was it, 2010? It's us in 2012 replaying it. I got the beard, see? The camera, he's gonna knock the camera over.
I've watched this, and it's some of the worst shit I've ever seen. Project 7. I couldn't even... I thought... It was so bad that it stopped being funny. And look, we don't know what happened behind the scenes again. Okay, remember, there's 1,000 sides to every story. But what we know about Phil, I tend to believe both Rambo and this fucking guy's, I don't know, whatever the fuck his name is, that he screwed them over money wise. So Phil's looking like a Chad right there. Oh, look at me, I'm such an alpha bearded male. I'm just
Why are you stuck on the couch? You know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, never do a project with a friend that involves money. There is because most times the band always breaks up. The band, I assure you.
Really?
Some good fucking seltzer, man. Polar cherry tart, cherry limeade. Well, that was Larry David jumping.
So essentially, you watched
window.
videos from like 2000.
And it's funny, like, why would you want to watch videos of two people you know hate you now, whether it was your fault or not? Dude, Leonardo DiCaprio can't do shit without his balls because DSP got the call for the Oscar-winning performance, dude. DSP's acting. He makes, like, porn stars seem like they're Hollywood A-list.
2010 with John Rambo and whatnot, where he tells you these boring stories and he occasionally laughs at his own jokes. He gives you the goat laugh. No, that's not right. That's like Mickey. I can't do it. It's bad. Fuck me.
Trying to attack me, and I was like, this guy actually is like legit. Like, this is a fair video about me. Out of all the stuff that gets made about me,
from fucking, of course, Phil too. Of course, look. I'm saying this, I swear on my children objectively, but out of all the people to fucking pick to do an interview with, you do an interview with who arguably is the most toxic person on this fucking platform. I'm not saying I'm an angel. I'm not by any means. And dude, don't do it with me. Do it with Keemstar. Do it with anybody, I'm saying, man. Compare it to the fucking core. I know Keemstar, believe me, he has plenty of skeletons in his closet, too. But I'm just saying. Why? Oh, shit. What happened?
very rare.
What happened? Go grow. Get big. Wait. Changing the title. Oh my god, my burps.
Rarely do I get a fair video made about me, so that's why I can't.
See, the Quarterling didn't know anything about DSP.
Dude, everyone's a better actor than DSP.
That's why it was a fair video for DSP.
Yeah, it was a fair video because softball questions because Jeremy is the griftering.
I did a video on the same subject. Notice how DSP ain't talking to me.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that.
Let DSP.
You know,
let
when,
DSP
when I
go.
saw those articles came out, it was like, DSP says some racist shit, and then they post to like videos from 2 years ago or something like that, of you essentially doing like ching chong bing bong, which is, by the way, done by every mainstream media, person in the last 10 years. So,
hey, Jeremy, you had the guy at your fucking stream. Why don't you look into him a little bit? You know this thing you did like a couple years ago. What was the Blip or something where you said really nasty things about Jewish people, and you made jokes. What was that? I don't know. Dude, I got to talk about Brie Larson.
It's not like you were saying anything in particular, anything crazy offensive or anything like that. Well, I'll start with, so, hey, I'm a YouTuber too. I'm a content creator just like you. What are your plans for post YouTube?
Phil has none. He has no plans. Phil, I plan on eventually becoming like a complete radio show, and I'll still do content on my main channel, but it's going to be mostly kind of like what I'm doing with the Wii U video. By the way, tomorrow, if you want to come through all fucking day, I am going to be, what is today, Wednesday? Oh shit, today's Thursday. But still, I'm going to be all day tomorrow streaming Wii U games. I'm going to be doing a stream like this too, and I will have news. Oh, it's going to be a long fucking day. Fuck birds. So if you want to come through, make sure you're subbed to the channel because I'll be playing, and it's fun because I'm just going all out and just having fun with the games and reacting to them, and that's going to be part of the video.
Or post streaming, or have you even thought of that?
Oh God, Jeremy, why did you open this can of worms? Do I have to hear about the 5 to 10 year plan again? God, Jesus, mother, I'm about to hang myself because I know what he's gonna.
The fucking 5 to 10 year plan with DSP is get out the violin, baby, because he is going to be playing that little violin.
I'm gonna say
it is everyone else's fault that DSP, who had a condo that he was perfectly fine for a man with just a wife to live in, had to move out to a gated community and have 2 mortgages. Now, according to him, we're going to find out he may still have that condo. I don't know. He may still have that fucking thing.
I'm going to tell you what he's going to say. He's going to talk about how he's going to try and find a job in 5 to 10 years. I don't know how you figure at 50 you're going to jump back in the job market, Phil. What are you going to do? You better start looking now, homie. Don't go out there when you 50. And then they're like, okay, Phil Burnell, what are your job? What are your experiences? Snort. Well, I ran.
Hold on.
And a semi-successful business. If you ask DSP, his business is successful. I don't know how you have a business that needs this many loans. I'm not even getting into the loan lore. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you do. You get into it, Gundam.
Please, God, give me strength not to talk about it. Then Phil will probably talk about at some point how he wants to open a restaurant.
Phil could not. You do not have the I know enough about this man from watching him throughout the years. You do not have the skill set to work at the amount of pressure that you are under working at a restaurant. Phil could not handle it. He would, oh my God, I just spilled sauce on myself. Fuck. No, Phil. Open up a club, open up a bar, open up anything else. But you sitting there multitasking with 20 burgers on a stovetop or a flat top grill, you are not doing it, son. You are not doing it.
You might wonder why does he want to open a restaurant. Occasionally, DSP makes his famous Italian pasta sauce.
That looks like.
It's so famous you never heard of it, and he only makes it for himself. That's usually how, famous pasta sauces start.
I haven't thought of that. So have you given any thought to I think about it, right? Especially because I don't have a streaming presence like you do. I just have YouTube. And I know, like, if you're on YouTube, you have maybe...
Jeremy, you have no presence with streaming. That's why like 200 people show up. Look, I don't have a flood of people that come into my streams. I'm not going to make it like I do. I told you my average. But there's like 200 people that watch Jeremy because he's like watching paint dry on a wall with a beard attached to it. The only time it's fun to watch Jeremy stream is when Jeremy's drunk.
Maybe a year or two.
He doesn't stream often. I don't know. I don't really watch his streams that much, to be quite frank with you. But the times I've peeped in, they're not really enthralling experiences.
If you're not DSP. Like, most YouTubers have a pretty small window. So have you given any thought to, like, you know, what the fuck am I going to do after all this? Or, you know, how does that thought process go?
Yeah, you know, when I first...
Well, I'm just going to probably get caught masturbating again and blame it on Tevin. Fuckbirds. Fuckbirds.
First of all, when I started, I never wanted to do this for a living at all.
Oh, no, not...
I guess I kind of have the same story because it is true, though. And I've told it a few times. If I ever tell that story again, I give someone full permission to kick me in the balls. I will not tell you my story again because I have said it too much, and I don't want to be like this man in any way when it comes to stuff like this. Phil's not a bad guy. I think he's just a dork who's not self-aware, but... Yeah, I know. I lost my job, and then I told everyone I broke TOS by telling people to click on the ads. And he did, and he says that he didn't, but he did. He said it like as indirectly as you possibly can indirectly say something where it's basically fucking directly.
Fucking no, Phil, don't you dare tell me that damn story again of how you lost your job and YouTube wasn't something you planned on doing, but your job fired you and you could fall back on YouTube and you did so much at your job. You worked overtime. They put him in the revolutionary dude of...
Maybe he was a different person back then, but I can't picture Phil working with other people well. I would love to be a fly at a wall at that office job that he had. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll fax those papers now. Like, I just can't, like, I can picture him, like, having petty arguments with, oh, well, you don't have to be a fucking bitch, do you? You just call me a bitch? No, I didn't. I was calling my penis a bitch. That's what makes me hard. Are all DSP interviews just whoever's doing the interview kissing his ass? Yes. That's Tommy Tellerico basically he talks you to death, and that's how he gets the oh wow, I'm great interviews. I failed miserably with those interviews, I admit it. Because I just wanted them to end. It was like, see, well, we're going for quite a while with this. I don't know if we'll do the whole video tonight, but It's a Gundam is entertaining. Tommy Tellerico, listen to him talk, is like, hey, I'm going to jerk off in front of you for 3 hours, and you're just going to watch me and tell me how amazing I am. Fucking end me now.
Getting Grandpa excited.
No! That's a Tommy Tellerico interview. It's just...
Excellence program. He worked with helicopters or something. There's one point on one stream, maybe a month or two ago, where he was talking about his helicopter company, worked with Donald Trump all the time, and Donald Trump never paid them on time.
I've heard that from other people who've been contracted by Donald Trump too. That's funny that he said that. So I actually believe that with Phil, because I know other people that have worked with Donald Trump or worked with companies that have for Donald Trump that like, yeah, he doesn't pay on time. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, nothing to do with politics. It's just years ago, before he was even President Tremendous.
Not gonna look for the clip, dude. DSP has bajillions of hours of trash. It's like I'm trying to sift through trash to find garbage. Even a raccoon can only do so much trash shifting, dude. Trash sifting. Oh God, I know he's gonna talk about it. I know it. What else is he gonna say? I can feel it in my bones. It's like I'm getting a premonition of everything Phil's gonna say.
This was only, I wanted to do this for a hobby, and then I lost my full-time job. Out of nowhere, I got laid off, blindsided, and I just had this YouTube thing going on the side for like 2.5 years that had...
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, DSP tells this story at least once every 2 weeks.
Because it's like his redemption arc. It's like that's his. So it kind of makes, oh wow, Phil, you're so great. Here, let me give you some bits. That's what it is. I work security. Yes, I've seen people like working in the office building of it. Yeah, and they are. He probably wasn't fun to work with. Again, it's presumptions. Maybe he was a different person back then. Yes, remember, dude. Tommy implied everything, man. Tommy, anything you'd say to him. He would, because he can't, like, he has to, Tommy has to walk away from an interview kind of like Phil, seeming great.
Pre-stream. It's like, I can't tell you Disney songs that I grew up with as a boy, but I could damn near tell you DSP's famous story of how he became a YouTuber damn near verbatim. I can show you the world.
I can show you the world. Philip Burnell is fapping, stroking his dick and slapping on his ballsack as he sighs. Oh, man.
In 2010, I lost my job. I was completely blindsided, and I did YouTube as a hobby for 2 years, and I didn't even get paid the first 2 years I did YouTube. No shit, Sherlock. Most people did YouTube for more than 2 years.
I did YouTube for... I had Oral Emodio in 2008. I'm not going to go through my whole fucking thing, too, but... I got a little bit of money from that guy with the glasses in 2010. But little bit. I got partnered with YouTube in 2011. I didn't start making, like, livable money until 2013. That's my... Then let's continue.
...to get paid. There are people doing YouTube right now for more than 2 years ain't getting paid. You are not exemplary for this.
That had kind of blown up and gone viral.
This is back like 2012.
Phil is stroking his dick on the webcam and moaning. PlayStation music is groaning as that man will stroke his cock. I don't know if Pat and Ian deleted my comment. I don't fucking care if they did. And I know it's ironic that they said the enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Well, I know you dickheads hate me, and I hate you too. But yeah, we're on the same side with this one, Chief. Sorry. We're on the same side of the battlefield. You can hate me again after the Amico is gone. But yeah, it's a fraudulent product that needs to be exposed. So I will side with you on this one, and then I will go back to proceeding that you're both sensitive, self-absorbed turds. You are now, too, but we both agree on this.
2013
DSP has never been viral. He had one video that went viral. It was a KO Gaming, and it was Homefront the Revolution is the worst game I've ever played. When that...
I wish that review was up. I'd love to watch that and see Phil. I want to see Phil being professional. I would love to see that.
Video hit like over 1 million.
Pat's a little insecure. Yeah. And it was just so funny. It just baffles me, so it bothers me. So he's like, yeah, you don't have to be polite in this industry. You should be able to, like, oh, really? You should be able to say what you want, Pat? Really? That's funny. Funny you say that.
And he got really popular and actually started drumming up traffic for DSP. He literally took a vacation. Not even a week ago. Within a week, DSP talked about that video again in his retrospective, I think. And he talked about how that video made him thousands of dollars. A video getting 1 million views for me does not get thousands of dollars now. DSP made so much back when ad revenue was good, and the fact he didn't save a dime tells you all you need to know about this man. Forgive me. I could kill myself for knowing this. If only I could retain school information like I retained useless DSP facts.
Era, right?
Actually, even before then, I lost my job in October of 2010.
Okay.
And so we're talking real old school. This was before like you could even monetize gameplay
The Homefront vid is still up. Oh, really?
videos on YouTube. They wouldn't even let you put ads.
We may have to go into that another evening. I'm becoming like the fat old version of Tevin, huh?
On them yet. And I lost my job. I was like, what am I going to do? And I already had this YouTube channel that had...
What was I going to do? So I just sat on my couch and started masturbating to forget my problems. And then I shot a load on my cat and had to give her away. I don't think he had a cat back then.
had a good following, but it was only for gameplay. And I was like, shit, I can't monetize that. What do I do? So I had a vlogging channel. I was doing stupid crap. I was making food that was terrible food and, you know, just dumb stuff just to have some variety in my...
If you really want...
And you would still be making that stuff now. You know you would still be making that stuff if it had got... Dude, you used to upload videos with a fire alarm on in the background for an unboxing you could have easily waited 10 minutes to do that video for. You gave zero shits about the production value of your content. And it's a Gundam says it too, and I've been saying the same thing, so he's right. You waited until, like, the 13th hour to reluctantly switch over from just filming with a camera in front of your TV to a capture card. People were begging you for, like, years to do that. Oh, I'm a real YouTuber. I don't, like, a real YouTuber because your video quality is garbage?
Want to see DSP's old stuff, it's still up on the internet if you care. Wait till you see this revolutionary, interesting content. If you watch DSP's old stuff, the fact he got where he was because nobody else was really doing it. He was at the ground floor, all right? It was like Bitcoin had just dropped, DSP was there, and he got a couple Bitcoins. And then instead of holding on to them and cultivating them, he got rid of them the second there was a shred of value.
Contact. I said, maybe I can monetize that. So I...
That is a good point. That is a good point. Like, cultivating would have been going over to captured footage, then, you know.
Did, and because people felt so bad about me losing my job, they actually, like, went nuts on the ads, and I made, like, a ton of money in a couple months, which is, like, one of my first controversies was that I got kicked out of Google AdSense within 2 months because they claimed that I did, like, invalid click activity when I...
Yes, you did.
I didn't. It was...
Yes, you did! You say it right on video. I've seen the video. I remember seeing the video on your original channel back in the day.
Because my fans were like so supportive of me and felt bad that I lost my job that they were clicking the crap out of my ads. But
and he will, and I guarantee you the griftering will give him zero pushback on this. None, as in zero. Because, oh, yes, this interview is going to make me a bunch of money. I will still keep sucking your cock, Phil. Yes, of course. You did nothing wrong.
Bullshit artist! I say again!
That man's nipples are dangerous in that pink shirt.
Bullshit artist!
DSP is a fucking liar. The lie detectors determined that was a lie, Phil.
On camera, watch, here we go. Wait for it.
Dude, there's video all over the net, and people saved it. Like, David Davidson's probably where you'll find this video the easiest. You could probably look up Mr. Huff stuff if you want to, you know, look, because there's literally a decade of trash you got to sift through to find the right piece of garbage you want. DSP actually goes on his camera when he reveals himself, the young piglet. He goes out there, and he goes...
I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone. I hope to entertain you in the future. Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the...
Everything was HD back then. Anything 2009, 2010, because everyone wanted to know, like, everything was HD. There were broken games. Every channel you could think of was HD. Oh, that drove me fucking nuts.
Videos there, because hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some money back for what I'm doing. I mean, it's not cheap to do what I'm doing. I bought a lot of games, a lot of equipment, and now I have my own condo, which is basically my...
Some things that he always swears that he's evolved so much. He's saying the same shit back then as he's saying now.
Studio to do whatever the hell I.
You're such an evolved man, Phil. Yes, you've evolved. You look less like Curly from the Three Stooges because you have a goatee now. Congratulations.
I want channel, which is this channel, the King of Hate HD, and basically how much you guys participate with this channel, if you know what I mean. I'm not allowed to come out and just say, how you can do that, but anyone who's accustomed to YouTube and how the partner channels work, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
You know what anyone with like a 70+ IQ knows what he's asking for. Phil. MKB HD, yeah, he's the final everything. Well, he started back at the same time. HD. Everyone was.
Come on, Phil. Come on. You're bullshitting, bro. See, thank God the Quarterling didn't have me for this. The interview would have ended right there.
Is he friends with the Quartering? Is that why he's not calling him out for not pushing questions? I don't know. It's a Gundam, is he? Because I know why he's not. He's just, yes, Phil. Yes, of course. Yes. I'm going to make a lot of money off this interview with you. Yes.
I would have called him on it. And like, you're bullshitting this video. Dude, this video. Even when R. Kelly got nailed for all his sexual escapades, and they had video. I don't even think they showed the video. But whatever, he did the video. You can't go, that's not me. I didn't do that. It's taken out of context. Come on, bro. The balls Phil has. It's maybe, as Tevin says.
Oh, really? I guess my stream is doing decent because we have porn bots here. A stream is getting decent viewership. Unleash the porn bots. Just like, can I let everyone fucking know something? And I know most of you here, but for the few people that don't, which is people were unsubscribing today because they thought that I was going around telling them to go to a WhatsApp thing. I'm like, that's not my account. It had like ReviewTechUSA. So I'm like, that's a fake bot account. It's not me. And it was funny that I posted like, look, this is a fake account. Report the account. Oh, what do you said? That's against TOS, the Center Brigade. Dude, it's a fake account that's pretending to be me, that's putting up links to get the people to go to nefarious WhatsApp, and Lord knows they was putting up links too. It's not like I'm going and putting a brigade on a YouTuber. I'm putting a brigade on an imposter who's pretending to be me, who is probably going to bring you to a porn website to steal your credit card information. Wow.
Phil puts himself under pignosis and remembers history differently. But I'm only 6 minutes in. Oh, his fans were not rabid enough to click the ads. He had to beg them, by the way. People weren't like going. It wasn't like DSP.
He hasn't changed at all. He's like that. Him insinuating the ads is similar to what he does now. Like when people don't donate enough or don't give him tipping enough.
He was the Beatles. DSP's talking right now like he was a K-pop fucking star. All right.
And they were replying to every single fucking person who commented on my video. So I had to I reported them and I'm like, look, it's a fake account pretending to be me. I don't think it's against terms of like, please report an account that's pretending to be me and putting up nefarious links. A couple days ago.
DSP remembers himself as such a glowing light. I bet in his mind, Twitter, he used to have DSP stands. People who pretended to be Phil because they loved him so much. Oh my God, Phil lost his job. I have to click every single ad so he makes money. Dude, he even had a PayPal donation link way back in the day. Phil was constantly trying to.
Yeah, I've noticed, Beal, if you stay over like 750, 800 concurrent viewers, I guess the bots like they have like oh wow, this is a worthwhile stream that people actually maybe give a shit about. Let me see if they'll click on my stupid sex links.
Get that money.
Yeah, report that too. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's a hate brigade. ReviewTechUSA, yes.
and he didn't save it. That's the moral of the story, children. You get any money, save it. Make sure you pay your taxes. In fact, overpay. So that way they leave you the hell alone.
Then in 2011, I got partnered with Machinima, and that's how I was able to start monetizing my gameplay videos. And I was
Robots have needs too, Father. Yeah, well, they can have all the needs in the fucking world. Just don't pretend to be me.
In peace, by the way,
load.
Machinima.
Yeah.
You outlasted them too. Another.
Yeah, I'm also going to agree with. I've said this before. I've seen this Instagram. He went into bankruptcy. When you have to beg to get tips and you go into bankruptcy, that is not a person that's running a successful business. That is not a person.
Wash your balls.
That is what I would consider success.
Another person that DSP has outlasted.
Yeah, that's a whole other story for another day. I was one of the people who stayed with them the longest after years of people telling me to leave them and abandon them because they saw the warning signs of them being a bad company and falling apart. But I stuck with them almost till the very end until basically they mistreated me. And I was like the last guy. I was like, I've stuck up with you guys all these years. You're going to treat me bad. I'm out of here.
Oh, Machinima.
Okay, the DSP Machinima lore. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to talk about it. Oh my god. Where's Tevin when you need him? DSP stuck with Machinima because they paid him well. Alright, he jumped to Machinima. In fact, they overpaid DSP for a hot minute.
Because the ad revenue was delicious back then, and he was getting... There was a time that DSP could literally just upload himself shitting and talk. Like, he could be on the toilet and just talking about whatever. Those were the glory days, man.
They're underpaid me or overpaid me. There was one time Machinima, I'm not even kidding you, this is a funny one. They paid me 3 times more than what they were supposed to pay me 1 month. Then they realized their error, and for 3 months they didn't pay me at all. They fucked up internally, they calculated way too much, and then they decided not to pay me at all. So...
Well, then you got the money, so who cares? Just hold on to it and keep it in savings. I want DSP and Bill Gates interviewed by Carlos. Also, can I get a look here, look, listen, intro guy fart, and yes.
Look here! Look, listen!
You win. Perfect.
Do you see I'm on the fucking phone?
Thank God when I got that giant sum of money out of nowhere, I questioned them rather than saying, oh, it must have been a good month this month, and went and spent it, and then next thing I know, I have no income for 3 months, right? But they, period.
Well, dude, you had analytics even back then that you could have checked and been like, yeah, these numbers aren't adding up. It's not really, you don't need to be an accountant to realize that.
Periodically have these issues. There was one time, many years ago, this was like 3-4 years ago, where all of a sudden they just sent me a lump sum of money. I said, what is this? And they said, oh, well, apparently there was a miscalculation on YouTube of your views. We actually owe you thousands of dollars. I was like, sounds good to me.
They overpaid him with his contract for his views. Back then, you used to get paid per view, not per watch minute and bullshit like that. Once again, making bank. You know, if you need any proof, the dude has a condo in Connecticut that cost an arm and a leg. And while having this condo that he was still paying for, DSP goes across country and moves him and his woman into a gated community while also paying an exorbitant price for a place in Connecticut.
That's fact. That's known. That's not hearsay. What was the rush to move out, dude? You had a condo. That means that I'm sure you had HOA and shit like that, which isn't good. But like, all you had to do is wake up, make content, and just keep your house fucking, or keep your condo in shape, and you owned it too. I just don't understand. I just don't compute it.
Who in their right mind would do such a thing unless they were balling that hard? DSP had the mindset of like a rapper. DSP was both.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because they don't have income tax or state taxes, right? Washington, but you're kind of negating that by still having the mortgage and the taxes you got to pay on the house that you have in fucking Connecticut.
Birds.
I gotta piss.
Yin Yang twins. Like, for real. Now, Machinima was overpaying this motherfucker. They realized it because DSP's popularity was waning. They renegotiated his contract like 3 times and paid him less.
Damn, he was getting like 12 million views a month at one point. Oofa, damn, son.
Less and less and less. DSP stayed in there. People,
He has like Fallout. He's showing bad to leave.
people go, DSP, you should leave Machinima and try and get a better contact. Dude, Snort, Machinima still pays the best. I've looked into it. Machinima still takes care of me.
I mean, not that I get huge viewership. I get about 3 million views and change of but it's enough for me and my editor. And on top of it, doing the streams, I'm fine. But
People say to me, why are you still with Machinima? Partnered networks are a thing of the past. Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, because I'm with Machinima under a managed partnership, I have a lot of protections from things like Content ID. But, in all honesty, the real reason I'm still with Machinima is because of this right here. Because they deep dive the data, they find out what's going on, and they go to bat for me. They've done it multiple times. When I have false copyright
yeah, how did that work
strikes
out?
2 years ago, they were right there. They had a whole meeting with YouTube about it and got it cleared up very quickly. It was supposed to take 2 weeks. They got it cleared up within a few days, right? They take care of me, man. They do, you know, like, I can't complain. They really do a good job of taking care of me. And always, I've been with them for 8 years, and I never, never ever have I really thought about leaving them. Because not only do they have this kind of service for me, but they also...
Oh, yeah, when they unprivated all of his videos, and it made videos he wanted, like, private in public, and he was sitting there jiggling around his balls under his boxer for, I guess, some woman that he was trying to hook up with. It was great.
Have the best contract of anyone. I've looked out there for other partnership networks and opportunities. Not one company has ever offered me what Machinima does for me with the contract that I have with them. Why would it be a no-brainer for me to leave Machinima, have Content ID matches up to ass, make less money, and not have anyone to go back to bat for me? Imagine if I wasn't with Machinima right now. Guess what I'd be doing? Packing everything up. Look, pack this microphone up. YouTube's over. It's done. Party's over, everyone. YouTube party. Hashtag YouTube party is over. And fuck.
This guy is Mr. Everyday Average Man. Even with Machinima, they got him Fallout 4 before most people. He got like a review copy. Instead of going to Leanna's brother's wedding, DSP then lies to people and says, oh, the wedding's next week. Doesn't go to said wedding and stays home to play Fallout. The man didn't mind getting perks when it came. So whenever he complains about streamers getting a game early and squealing...
Wait, is that true? Get out of here.
On Twitch, it's because he's not getting this treatment that he's angry. Frankly, let's be real. Any one of us loves special treatment. For God's sakes, Ridge sent me a wallet. I was happy as a pig in shit. I was like, yes, I don't have to buy it. Oh my God. Oh, I'm doing so well, mama. Girls won't talk to me on the internet. Don't matter. I got a Ridge wallet. So point being, back to Machinima. I'm losing my mind. I apologize. This video is going to be so long. Only like 10 people actually watch it. DSP goes to Machinima.
That's 1.1 million people watch it.
Oh my God. I can't fully remember how it happened. But something went wrong with DSP and Machinima. DSP then demands to talk to a manager. The manager is gone.
He always... Phil is the ultimate Karen. He is. I've had Karen moments I've been very public about and I learned from him, but he's always everything. Phil always has a complaint about his fast food. I may make a video like this just about DSP's Chicken Gate. I may have to do it. There's just too much comedy in that. I can't. I can't let it go. I'm sorry. Yes, Phil, I am obsessed with your chicken. What was DSP's nickname in high school?
Stinks like shit.
The guy he used to talk to. So Perseus dealing with was like, listen, we're dealing with your problem.
Don't ever give me things to do with my stream again. That's it. That's over. Now I'm mad. I'm kidding. Here, we'll go down to about 6.5 dB and tell me how it is. How does it sound
Mr. Brunel will get back to you. DSP decides he isn't happy with the service. So he tries to go over the head of his contact at Machinima and demands better treatment.
driving it as a priority, okay? So they get a quick little one-off quick answer, and that's it. Oh, we got it. Let's send that back to Phil, and hopefully that'll appease him. No, if I can't pay my bills, you telling me you don't know what the issue is isn't going to fucking appease me, okay? So I went back to them again, and I said, well, this is not acceptable. This is unsatisfactory.
Is it better?
Need you to escalate this issue to management.
He literally is a Karen. Look, man, I've had situations where you get pissed before I get it. I understand frustration, especially when there's like payment issues and shit like that. But he's like, I've seen him like this like 800,000 fucking times before. This is how I feel so bad for his wife. She must see him coming down into the kitchen to talk to her, and she's like, all right, I need a Xanax right fucking now.
Stinks like shit. Stinks like shit. Stinks like shit. And I literally said, I feel like you've insulted me, and therefore I'm going to be honest with you. I want you to escalate this issue to management. I don't care if it's your manager, if it's the CEO of the company, whoever it is, they need to be aware that this is an issue going on with YouTubers and people under your partnership program. And I want you to know that if you feel that this is how you're going to treat me as a partner, I don't want to be with.
I wonder if where the Nintendo face buttons are, if one of those are like placed right where his nipple is. These are things that I wonder.
Cucumbers. Cucumbers. Cucumbers, 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 cucumbers.
Wash your balls.
Phil said cucumbers. I'm like, yo, I need that in my life immediately, and the birds agreed.
You anymore. And I said that in black and white writing in this message to them. The next day, I got a message from Machinima saying, and it was from the same guy, so again, went against my wishes.
Yes, that's actually a great fucking idea, Andrew. I was thinking I want to start fucking with that game the other day. Mario Kart.
We have decided to execute our right to end a partnership with you on all of your channels.
Cats get fancy feast. You get strawberries. You little bitch. Get out of here, bitch.
The fuck is going on?
DSP talking all that good shit. For those who know DSP, he did the same thing with, what was it, Viscount? Viscount was...
It's a Gundam from New York. He sounds like he's from, like, fucking Brooklyn.
He's probably the only person in the FGC that could actually fight. So him and low tier...
As a person who had family from the Bronx and Long Island...
God started stuff with Viscount.
He is. I knew it. I could tell by his accent.
He found out this dude could actually drop a motherfucker and all of a sudden back down from a fight. That's a whole different lore. Literally the next day, after telling Machinima to go fuck itself, Machinima contacted DSP and said, we're canceling your contract effective immediately. DSP goes in into full pain.
There's a difference in between, like, being critical. Like, I've even been critical of the CEO of YouTube, but there's a point where it's like, you can't be like, oh, fuck you! There's a way to handle things. Like, I don't hold back with YouTube, but, like, you know, there's a reason I don't have a verified check on Twitter. I've literally added the CEO and told him to go fuck himself, so I don't really push the issue. So, yeah, Phil, biting and ripping apart the hen that feeds you is not a good business strategy. I should probably stop talking about politics and listen to my own advice as well. Stop. But yeah, you shut up. So you know what I mean. I'm gonna slap the fucking shit out of you if you don't
panic mode. He makes his stream. Oh, I just got fired from Machinima, guys. I haven't felt this nervous since I lost my job in 2010. And he goes right back into that goddamn spiel about this job that happened 10 years ago. Get over it, man. Jesus Christ.
Back in late 2010.
Oh, no.
So for those of you who are not longtime viewers, aren't
Oh my
aware of my
God.
history on YouTube or anything like that, or what's happened with me over the years.
Because they have things written in the contract, Florida chicken men, that they can. You think they're crazy? You think if they have a liability like whoever, they want an out. They want an out.
my word! Oh,
What are you
here
gonna
we
do?
fucking go!
I worked at this job for about 5 years, and YouTube was always my hobby. I never even thought about monetizing videos, or back then there was no live streaming like this.
Point being, he starts trying to appeal to people. He's wiggling, he's wobbling, he's nervous. I don't know what to do. I can't monetize my videos because AdSense has a thing against me, because there's some stupidity on Google's side that is run by nerds in Silicon Valley. Once
I think I remember him saying.
again, we loop back to DSP telling people to click ads. That's why his AdSense was locked. Theory is he was using Pandalee's AdSense for this. Whatever, who cares? He got around the BS one way or another. Frankly, you'll find out the more you learn about DSP, he's the architect of his own demise. Much like an attractive girl with big dreams, little talent, and little go-get effort. You know those girls, the ones too lazy to make anything happen and thinks it should be handed to them. DSP's a male thought. Let's go.
But anyway,
Yeah,
like
I know they had an interesting reputation. You know, you're right. They profit off of
Machinima's trash, and DSP stayed with Machinima because they gave him the most money, and that's all DSP cared about.
a lot of creators in the beginning that, I mean, shoot, I've been on YouTube so long that I don't know. You probably remember this too. Remember, you needed like 10,000 subscribers before you could have your own channel banner. Remember, you could like.
I still agree with the way it should be. They should have. I mean, they brought back requirements that you have to meet. That was part of the reason why the apocalypse happened. Because, oh, hey, you have a pulse? You could put ads on your videos. Another fucking webcam. Spam. You are spam. Like, people don't know where to go find fucking porn.
Back in the good old days. But then I remember Machinima back then was, everybody wanted, it's the only way you can make money.
Right.
Yeah, I remember seeing Machinima ads at Best Buy on the TVs. I'm like, yo, that's how you know you made it, man. I used to be like, man, I wish I could get on Machinima one day. I think, fuck, that never happened. Ever. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Stay right there.
You had to be with someone to monetize anything really, or gameplay in particular. Because in 2011, if you weren't with a partnership company, you couldn't make a dime on a gameplay video, and that's what I was known for. Yeah. But anyway, to get back to your original question, like, I never planned on doing this to make any money. Like, it fell in my lap out of nowhere overnight. I was like, oh crap, this is amazing. I'm making more money now than I ever did at my office job, for 5 years that I was working there.
It wasn't overnight. Believe me, DSP held on to this like grim death.
They laid me off, and now I'm making like so much more money. It's crazy. Of course, we all know that bubble didn't last. It burst, and now everything is so bad on YouTube.
And you did not adapt at all. This guy sounds like one of the Beastie Boys. Who? Oh, It's a Gundam? He definitely, I wonder if he does voiceover work. He definitely has a voice for it. Everyone wants me. Xenobird Chronicles. Everyone wants, dude, I can't play that. I actually did purchase Devil's Third, though. I am going to buy a thumb drive I have to fucking install it on. I tried to hook up a hard drive to it. It's not... I remember the Wii U being finicky, like, because it didn't put out enough voltage, I believe, to the USB ports, so you gotta... It's selective with what drives work with it. I remember it being a pain in the ass back in the day.
Term for me.
But I got Devil's Third, and I am fucking excited about that shit, because that's going to be a review in and of itself. How do you feel about Futurama? I could give a fuck. I didn't really care for Futurama back in the day. I didn't dislike it, but I don't, I don't know. I'm sure I will watch it. It's not something I'm going to be, like, fiending for, though.
Let that be a lesson to you. DSP was in the...
You have to have a USB drive with this. What about a thumb drive? Will the thumb drive work? I don't care if it'll eat itself to death. I'll just get another one later on. I've watched and people were playing games off a thumb drive.
Ground floor when you...
I got a 512 gigabyte thumb drive I am getting tomorrow. What do you deserve? It's not there. The song I picked for you is gone. So you get this song instead. That song is gone too. Fuckbirds. I forgot. I erased the files. I got to get him again.
YouTube was paying.
If DSP could actually work together, I bet that show would be amazing. But there's no way. They are too. All of them are. Well, Wings. I don't know if he's a narcissist. I think Wings just, he's very insecure, and that's why he can't, step away from the trolling. But Low Tier God and DSP. There's just no way. There's just no. I can't even think of a joke because there's just zero chemistry in that room. That is a room.
People for practically putting trash on YouTube, and he didn't save a dime. See, the bubble burst, DSP is like I said, he's both yin yang twins. He's have money rolling in, and he's just Big Willie style. We have breaking news. Breaking news.
Google Fish has changed his name on Facebook to from the I fuck manly cornholes to I have the dry, raw, scented ass of Zeus.
Trips with Leanna, 5-star hotels and whatnot. Supposedly flying everyone around to cons and whatever. DSP was living large. Oh, there's this great clip, dude.
All right, we're about to get weird again here. You and I can have the best chemistry in all history, sexy Richie. You smell like cock.
Dude, of like Rambo and Howard.
Fucking Godfather. And he has a Twitch bit in his lapel. Yo, Twitch, he has a Twitch bit, whatever the fuck it's called. This is content that God wanted us to create.
Once again, you don't know who these guys are. They used to be the people who streamed with DSP. They were part of...
And the worst actors in the world. All of them. I think Rambo... Look, he may be the nicest guy in the planet. I don't know. But in terms of being objective and acting skill... Damn. Like, he makes the worst porn star acting you've ever seen seem like Academy Award-winning acting. How do you connect your... I don't know. I just did. But it's not my original account, man. I don't know what my original fucking account is. Because I know I had... But now I have, like, Devil's Third and Metroid Prime and shit. I may have to buy... hopefully that I have... Because I have a 512 gigabyte thumb drive. It should work. I may buy a external power hard drive, too. Because I'm going to need it.
Project 7, probably arguably the golden age of DSP. And there's a theory that DSP predicted his own future in Project 7, where he is now basically playing games on stream that he hates and he's bad at for a little bit of money. It's actually quite interesting, really. It's like a Simpsons moment. Anyway, Howard and Rambo did one podcast explain to people why they don't fuck with DSP anymore. And that's because DSP didn't really pay them well, according to them, and according to DSP, he overpaid everybody. The man was Big Daddy Warbucks.
In half, right? I get half of that, but.
And again, we have no idea what happened behind the scenes. Not that I'm defending Phil, I just don't know. Like, it comes a battle of hearsay. I don't know Rambo. I don't know that guy who's looking at me seductively, Howard. Maybe he did. I mean, Phil is a dumbass, so it would not shock me that he mismanaged things. Costco travel, that's a thing? Like, you book a flight with Costco?
For instance, like if it's March and we do videos in March, I will get a percentage of what was made in March. That does not include residuals like for months coming up. Like for instance, if those videos make more money in April or June and July, okay, like that doesn't include that. So whatever was made in April for that month, that's what I would get. It does not include streams or whatever other money comes in, right?
Yeah. Does Rambo have a vibrator up his ass? He's like, yeah, so I go, it's getting streams. Oh, what's going on there?
This
wasn't that long ago. Even if it was like in 2010, what is with the sound quality? Why is Howard still looking at me seductively? Bro, I gotta bring the ooze back. But I do have cucumbers. I gave you a lot of value for your dollar.
A little while. And again, it's not exactly 50%.
Benjamin Harrisman is here to stay.
This goes on for a little while. Then he says to me, Machinima isn't sending me reports anymore, so I have no idea. The amount of money that we're making on the co-op. I have no way of figuring.
Oh God, there's in terms of what's a platformer? Now that I wouldn't know, like on the Series X, what's a good platformer?
Figuring it out.
If you said beat 'em ups, I could give you examples. If you said shooters, I could give you examples. But I don't know. Pouring stash on Phil, never. Dude, I want him to grow a mustache that goes out like this.
So I can no longer figure out this percentage that we agreed on.
What is that sound?
So I basically just go, okay, listen. Throw me $100 every time I come down. Okay? And the way I come to this number is because round trip, it's about 2.5 hours of driving.
Yeah, I heard Psychonauts too. Hollow Knight.
Right.
I got to stop thinking in just 9th gen, actually.
I'm there the entire day.
There is one that is like a Metroidvania. I can't think of it right now. It's very dark. I have it on Switch and on PC. I can't think of it right now.
And I have to buy a meal at some point.
Great artwork.
So give me $100 to kind of cover my expense.
Blasphemous, yes. Blasphemous is banging.
You also have to consider, these are days like I'm not going to work because my job, and I'm an independent contractor.
I don't know.
So I'm not going to work these days. So if you really do the math,
remember my editor changed it to Phil's fapping face like that. Story for front page of CNN. Titan reaches lead developer allegedly used investment funds to gamble on crypto and buy a Tesla. Oh, that's a... Yeah, there's plenty of shit I already have lined up for tomorrow.
With gas and food and wear and tear in your car, $100 every time.
Oh, Blasphemous is like, it got some Souls challenge to it, too. Oh, no, let's see. I'm shitting and studying this horse shitting Google Fish. I guess he is staring at a horse shitting. Because that's what I usually do while I'm taking a shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a dump. I want to see a horse take a dump at the same time.
You're not exactly profiting there. and including not going to or working at a job which will actually make you more money than this, Yep. So just to flat out say you got 50%, it's far from true.
Oh yeah, horses take, and they're smelly shits too, man. You could smell horse shit literally from like half a mile of fucking away. Like in the city when they have the horse, they still do the horse and buggies. People want to ride on them. Yo, that horse shit, man. It just like permeates and it stays in your fucking nose, dude. I don't know what the fuck is with horse shit, but I know they eat hay. Hay is for horses, but man, their shits.
It's far from the truth there. Like I guess it's half truth. It's a half truth. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, it's a half truth.
You know. So when people want to throw other stuff out there, man, like you went to conventions and you paid for things. Again, like you go to conventions, you got to take time from work, which is I'm not getting paid for work. And we went to conventions. He's got an injury. He has a back injury. So I would go and I would carry things. I would film things. I did all the driving, as you know, and do whatever I could to help. I was coming as not. It's not just like, hey Phil, take me on this trip, and I'll fuck around and I'll sit by the pool. You know, came as basically to assist him in his business, as he likes to call it.
50, 60 hours a week on getting this shit edited, to try to pump it out with these unrealistic timelines. So
this sounds like a fun time.
Naturally, what's going to happen is people are just going to get burnt out, which ended up happening. Couple that with the fact, and again,
couple that with the fact that Project 7 was fucking awful. They are all three of them are looking at titties on that computer right now. It feels like, oh wow, you know, those are some nice titties.
Again, we don't want to talk too much about it, but couple that with the fact with money. You know, these guys are putting all this time and effort into this fucking thing, and what do they get? Gugats. That's what they got. Because when you think about it, right? You would think, oh, you know, because people are, when I say this, people are going to come back and say, well, you know, Phil promoted their channel and that's all they wanted. No. Here's the bottom line, right? You would think out of the kindness of your heart, you would go ahead, damn, man, these guys are putting all this time and effort in this thing.
It's not even kindness, it's just what's fair is fair.
What's fair is fair. Let me throw them a couple of bones. Whatever the case may be, throw them some money here and there, some percentage of the profits, and this and that. So what ends up happening? John and I are talking about this, and John says, "I'm going to talk to you." What does John say? John goes up to him and says, "Dude, you know, throw him some money, man. These guys, if you throw them some money, they'll continue. If not, they're going to stop."
Yeah, and that's a great point because, like, anytime there is a problem, I always do address it right to his face.
Yeah,
and at the time, Phil was making crazy money. This was like the peak of, like, Gundam was right. This was like the peak of Phil.
So
which is not being said now.
What does he say? He has the audacity to say, "Oh, they didn't." I told them, or I asked them if they wanted money, and they denied it. That's a fucking load of shit.
Okay, so
because I talked to them afterwards about it.
So Project 7 was a lot of work for them. I don't think it was much work for us, despite what Phil would talk about how hard the day was. It's such a long
it wasn't.
day.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for us. It was hard for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was one day of filming. Maybe 7 hours.
Do you value money more than our?
Of when was this? 1984? Cities like NYC at 2.5 million pounds of crap a day to deal. Are you sure 1984? Do you mean like 1884? Where there were that many horses shitting when Reagan was in office? Yes, you could get 4 of them. Where are they? Yeah, man. Well, those horses got to take big dumps.
Our friendship? Because if that's the case, then why am I even here?
Right.
You know?
All right, so let me ask you, did you get anything out of the Project 7?
First of all, we're gonna talk about that. I didn't get shit out of Project 7.
So no one got paid. Now here's the thing. I got paid.
John got paid.
I got my percentage.
Yeah.
There was at that time period. There was a point where my car had broken down, and I needed to get. Actually, I got a used car. I bought another car at that time. So I go, Phil, listen, I'm not coming to your house because I can't. I have no car. If you want me to come, throw me my.
I'm sure Phil licks his chops and wants to flag all these videos so bad. He has no legal recourse to do so. It's his ferry, but I'm sure he hates that these videos exist.
Percentage from the Project 7, and I'll use that cash towards a new car. And so I got my money. But there's, 3 other people, you guys, that got zero money, okay? And again, it's not millions of dollars here. It's just, it's whatever is fair. It's fair. Because as friends, you would expect to be treated with respect, and, you tried hard on this.
But
this is your cut.
Here's the thing.
Since we're a team, as you said, and we all did it together.
David,
and,
thank you for becoming a
it's
member.
Not one person. It should be fair, and it should be divvied up.
To add on to what you were saying,
yes.
Okay? To add on to that. So, what happens, right? We go ahead. We don't get our cut, which is whatever at this point.
Stinks
But
like shit. Well, yeah, dude, and horse shit is vile.
Stinks like shit.
It's like, I mean, all shit smells disgusting, but horse shit is just like pungent and lasts. And it's like the smell does not go away.
we start showing up to your house, and what do we see? The guy starts buying figurines, starts buying all this ridiculous shit that there's no need to buy. Then we show up to his house one day, and what does he have in the fucking driveway? A BMW. So how the fuck do you think I feel, and how do you think these guys feel after the fact? Is there anything, do you not understand how this burns people when they put all their freaking heart?
35 pounds of one horse. 35. I believe it. Man, they shit violent too. David, thank you. Keep it up, Rich. Love the streams and content, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hard work into this, and you're making all the money and the glory, and none of us ain't making shit.
Yeah, it's more about respect and being fair.
It's about respect, man. You have no respect for your friends, for your family. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself.
Drag her, slay her, sipping on that true tea, hunty. Gag.
What the? Where does he get these clips from?
You go into Phil's apartment. It's loaded with expensive $1,000 collectible figures from Sideshow, and he's telling me he's broke. Oh, Phil, I gotta have to look for that clip, dude. Fuck me.
I absolutely love having an audience that cares about what I say and do on a daily basis. Like, I never thought in my life I would have anyone who give a shit about what I cared about, anything about a game or anything about any opinion about anything, right?
DSP only has like 3 or 4 whales, dude. Everybody else is just there for God knows what reasons.
Yes, he's 100% right about that. He has a few people who still, for whatever fucking reason, still truly believe, and everyone else is there. Phil is still making a living because of the fascination that many people have with him. Yeah, that's not especially back then. Reaction matters. I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I wish I was getting that viewership back then. Shit, man. He should be able to live off the fucking interest of what he was making back then.
Most people watch Detractor streams. Most people watch Tevin commenting over DSP playing games, and that gets like 1,500 views on average, while Phil fluctuates between 250 and...
Yes, because Phil's streams, like I said, it feels like a disgruntled substitute teacher is told the class to shut up and don't say anything and do your homework and pay me while I'm telling you not to say anything. And you watch Tevin and you see the comedy that Phil doesn't see. It's almost like Tevin's stream is, what's that movie They Live, I think, with that wrestler where he like put the glasses on, he took them off, and you would just see the world, and you put them on, you would see like the aliens and shit. Like, Tevin's stream is, if Phil had those glasses and put them down, that would be like what you really see in Phil's stream. And that's what Phil doesn't see because his glasses are up. That's a weird analogy, but fuck it, I'm going with it. They live, yes.
400 depending on the game.
So Tevin's stream restreaming Phil is the real Phil stream. That's why there's more viewership there. It's you see the funny in Tevin's. You don't see the funny. Phil is like Kim Jong Burnell. It is his dictatorship. So yeah. You know what they say, Rich? Every time a horse shits, someone loses their sense of smell. Yeah, because it burns all their fucking nostril hairs.
These are dark days.
Right? It's pretty awesome to know that there's hundreds of people, thousands of people on my YouTube channel on a daily basis that want to know what I'm up to.
Even back then, Phil, there were not thousands. That would be a lie if I said it. I get, like I said, usually around 700-ish viewership. There's not thousands of people that watch me. Today was an exception because you and Wings are very interesting people. But that is a lie. It would be a lie for me, too. I'll admit it.
What I'm playing, what's my opinion on a game, what's my opinion on this or that. So I don't want to like ever say that in my life I would quit doing this outright, but it's pretty unrealistic to expect that you could ever do this your whole life. You know, that's insane. This is gonna, just like everything else, it's gonna get fade out, it's gonna become played out, this will be the next new big thing. And even in the 11 years now that I've done this, you know, I went from being a guy who recorded with a camera, not even like live.
I know what he's gonna say here, and it's true. You would, Phil, if you could still be in a world recording with your camera, getting fucking 50,000 views per 10-minute clip of gameplay, you would still be doing it. And I'm sure It's a Gundam is going to say the same thing right now. And I've been saying that for years. You only did that because you were dragged into capturing footage. You were dragged into it.
Live streaming or direct capture. I had an actual camera, a digital camera.
There's money in YouTube, dude. The thing is, you got to do what YouTube approves of. That's the trick now. Before, there was money in YouTube, way more money. And you could do what you wanted. It was literally YouTube. Now it's kind of like corporate tube, where if you're not politically correct and in, you know, the far left leaning, nobody wants to bother with your ass. And now you find out even the gay people catching hell. But then again, you know, I thought all the gay people were just complaining as usual. You know how the LGBTQ is, the alphabet people, as Dave Chappelle says. Everything sets them off. They're getting the same treatment.
What does this have to do with anything? This is where I'm just like jump off the train.
And I'm getting, the difference is I'm like, I'm going to work around this. They're like, we're sowing discrimination. I forgot my point.
That I pointed at my TV and was recording videos with a memory card, you know, to do gameplay. And then I went to direct capture to live streaming. Then I...
Oh, no, you did not, Phil. Oh, my God, no. Shit. All right, here's where DSP, this is where DSP gets off lucky.
Yeah.
This whole
I know what he's going to say.
interview, DSP got off lucky. The Quarterling knows nothing about this man. And DSP knew that. That's the only reason why he did this interview. DSP will never do an interview of anyone that knows half this shit about him that Tevin knows.
But yeah, because he would run. He would shut. He wouldn't even. So Phil, so you were jerking off on camera. You would already hear him disconnecting from Zoom.
And I know a fraction what the fuck Tevin knows. Everybody that's a detractor of DSP used to be a fan. That's scary. When your fan base gets so sick of you, they spend their time.
Yeah, because they end up seeing how like ridiculous he is and how he just doesn't learn. Phil is the same Phil that he was in 2000. He could tell you that he's not. He makes it a point to preach from the rooftops that he is a brand new Phil. You know what I mean? But if you look at those clips he was doing to say, I had to buy all this stuff. I really need support. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to tell you to click the ads, but you know what those ads are for, right? You just told them to click the fucking ads, Phil. Yeah, It's a Gundam always does it. Like he brings up like what the fuck does it have to do with it? I don't agree with what he's saying too, but what does it even have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying?
Proving you're a shithead. You know? The whole thing here with Phil talked about how he evolved. You have to drag DSP into the future kicking and screaming. He did the camera thing for the longest time on YouTube. This is what hurt him the most. All right? At one point, DSP was bigger than PewDiePie. You need to let that sink in. DSP was bigger than PewDiePie. Now,
wait, Bandai Namco joins PlayStation? Oh, stop. Are you serious? Like, that's like news big enough that why am I looking at pictures of Wings? Oh yeah, 'cause I know why I was looking at pictures of Wings. Hold on. That's fucking huge. Are you trolling, you motherfucker? You're like news. You son of a bitch, you trolled me.
when everybody else, including
Phil, yeah, he does, like, you literally watch his shit from back in the day. He is still, look, I'm not saying that I'm far from a perfect person. I fuck up all the time and do dumb shit all the time, but I would say I look at my content and I will be the first to roast the shit out of me. It was awful. But you know, like, he's the same dude, man. I'm telling you. Like,
PewDiePie moved to direct capture, DSP kept pointing a camera at the damn TV screen. He had the money for direct capture. He didn't want to buy it. He had too much money wrapped up in Chung-Li figures or something. His fan base literally had to beg.
And then he says funny shit like this. Like, this guy is hilarious. You know, I'm just going to have to disagree with him when he goes into that shit.
Him to go to direct capture. And then by the time he made the transition, it was already too late. The ship had sailed. Most people that were watching him for his gameplay moved on to better content creators that actually gave enough of a crap to put together something worth viewing. DSP is like one of the laziest content creators you'll ever find.
And he always hid behind, and I heard this out of your own mouth, Phil. You always said, I'm real, I'm drawn, edited. No, crap gamer. Took me a minute. Raw, and no, it's just to say, wait, I want to just dump shit out as fast as possible and get a turnaround on it.
The laziest. He always...
I'm not saying that I need Martin Scorsese to be a news regurgitator, but I think me and my editor, we put flair in, man. We kind of do our own spin on it, and we're true to ourselves and add something to it. You know, some people despise that and be like, Rich, I'll never subscribe to you because you're fucking annoying. I just want the news. That is heard. Unscripted. Yeah, unscripted. Why do you think I'm doing the Wii U video, Terrence? I'm tired of hearing about some most leaks and rumors too.
It has been. This motherfucker does the very barest of minimum. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's streaming right now with his camera at 480p, dude, which is probably a smart move because Phil is looking rough right now in HD.
Basically gave up on YouTube 2.5 years ago, and I'm mostly a primary live streamer now. Yeah. I've evolved and changed so much over the last 11 years. Who knows what it's going to be in the next 2-3 years? Will YouTube...
DSP evolves and changes when he can't do the bare minimum anymore.
That is true. He's 100% right about that. I've seen it.
Very lame videos. Dude, DSP used to spam his channel with 10 minutes clips of videos.
Yep.
And
I think to this day, he still has the most uploaded YouTube videos. I think to this day, he still holds that crown.
Would be out of order. He would do a playthrough. 1, 2, 25, 10, 4, 3. It was like, what are you doing? The thumbnails. No work. DSP would literally Google a thumbnail. The first thumbnail for a game that pops up, DSP would take it and then Paint Shop Pro a number over it. Jesus, dude. You killed your own career, dude. When that stopped being profitable because YouTube continuously keeps changing because the algorithm sucks, and you literally have to be on your toes to keep up with it if you aren't.
Yeah, it's true.
Doing what is...
That's another reason why I'm doing the Wii U video. It's true. I'm also fascinated with that. I think it's fun. By the way, too, since there's 1,000+ people here, shameless plug again. Tomorrow I will be streaming me recording footage for my upcoming Wii U video, and I'm playing all the launch games. Most of them, minus a couple where I'm going to have to film myself actually doing motion controls and shit, and I'll actually have to film that. So that'll be on a different day, but... yeah, if you want to come through tomorrow. Except this fucking webcam bot. You're not allowed to come through. Fuck off. God damn. We all know where to go for fucking porn.
YouTube approved. DSP just said, fuck it, I'm going back to Twitch. Now, here's the thing. DSP hated Twitch.
Why would I go back to Twitch, where Twitch TV is literally a business model
based off of begging?
I'm not the kind of person that's going
to... He really said this. Oh, and he is he is a bigger e-beggar than anyone, male or female, that I've seen on any platform. Oh! Yo, Bird, I gotta piss again. Birds.
Gonna sit here and say, please buy this shirt, please subscribe, please do this, please sub, please thumbs up the video, please see my other channels. Phil, just go back to Twitch, bite the bullet, go back to Twitch TV, and stream there exclusively, and stream like everyone else on Twitch TV, where you do streams that are catered toward your viewing audience, so it's more of an interactive stream between you and your audience than anyone caring about the game that you're playing, and we guarantee you that you'll get subs and you'll get more attention and stuff like that, alright?
And yeah, what I always find amazing is that he, like, guilts his audience. Like, I don't go into, because it's no, you know, and I appreciate the support of the stream, and I don't have to go into the numbers, but I outperform that, Phil. It's not that, I mean, yeah, I get more viewership than you, a substantial more per stream, but it's not like I'm getting, you know, fucking Dr. Disrespect numbers. Not that far off from Phil. And I reach my internal goals because I don't expect it from people. I just appreciate it, and people get entertainment out of what I do. Some people think I'm funny, some people don't. And because I'm not trying to force anything on them, because I'm not, I don't even have a fucking tips go up on the fucking stream. People do support the show because they want to, not because they feel guilted into. But he'll never understand that.
I have many responses to this. Okay. First of all,
bullshit.
It's all about subscriptions. You gotta subscribe. Get those custom emotes and shit.
I may do that where I have a membership number because I would like to boost memberships. But again, I'm not gonna like, oh my god, we didn't hit the goal today. What the fuck, guys? I mean, this is bad. That's not how you run shit. It's not their business or problem that whatever your financial situation actually is, Phil. It ain't their problem. They're donating to you because they find you entertaining, because they like being treated like like in school when they had a disgruntled substitute teacher.
Shit, subscribe. That's why everyone over there is all about their subs. There it is. So the tier 3 is actually the blue, Super Saiyan Blue emo. Okay. Pretty cool. I like them because, you know, if you're a normal sub, you get the regular level. Okay.
Phil.
And if you're a tier 2 sub, you get the God level. If you're a tier 3 sub, you get all of them. You get the God and the blue level.
So Twitch is now about subs cheering and selling. Look, I know your opinions change. I get it. My opinions have changed on things too. But man, he loves standing on a soapbox.
Level. Those are exclusive only to the higher level sub. So finally, you at least get something for being the higher level sub, right? So,
yeah, you get the DSP. I scratch my leg lotion.
If you are every time that there's a new update for partners, I get it. And all the emails I get, they have not invested $1 into their actual business to make it better. They don't have higher quality streams. They don't have like much increased server capacity. You know what I mean?
I need more weed for this. Where is it?
All the things why can't people stream at 1080p 60 frames per second on Twitch? Because they don't care about that. They don't care about the quality of the gameplay or even the quality of the stream. Why do you think there's so many titty streamers on Twitch who are girls with big ass fucking boobs hanging out and they barely can play a game but they get tons of fucking money on Twitch and Twitch makes out? That's a big demographic for them to make profit because they don't care about the quality. If they did care about the quality,
Phil, I could see here. Okay, I get to a veneer degree what he's saying, but Phil, you sit there with like a C920 webcam and an AT2020 microphone. It's not like you're trying to. It's not like you're my filmmaker buddy who's filming with the $50,000 fucking Red camera. What do you care so much about the quality, dude? Just go where the people want you to go. This is a long time ago, Charlie Mander. This is a long time ago.
they'd stop telling you, oh, buy a t-shirt. Oh, here's a new kind of chat emote system, an exclusive emote thing, and this and that has nothing to fucking do with the stream.
You know, he was sick of Twitch. He was quick to say everything that was wrong with Twitch before he decided to go there to save his bacon. Just barely. This video is going to be 1,000 years long.
Still be how it is. Will Twitch change? Will Mixer become the next big thing? Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know.
If Mixer becomes the next big thing, Phil will just go over there. How hard is it to create a Mixer profile and then link?
Just tell your follower. Yeah, well, it's... I'm mixed on this one with It's a Gundam because at least my audience, they fucking hate following me anywhere except YouTube. Like, I'm just saying, look, maybe, and I could say the same thing with the podcast too. That's why my editor and I have been rummaging over some ideas, but there's nothing set in stone yet, so I ain't making an announcement about fuck all. But dang, Wii U store is kind of better than the Switch store in terms of organization. I agree. Superstar DC. You made me lose my train of thought, though. That's also because I just took more THC, and the birds are now. They look like they're actually talking to me. Why did I hit the applause again? I didn't mean that.
Up your whatever this thing is called, OBS to it, dude. He's acting like it's some big exodus. Streamers are crossing the desert like Moses and the Jews away from Ramsey.
The Switch eShop, yeah, it's hot garbage how it's laid out. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
And you can't rely on that. You can't rely on that to be steady income. It just sucks that I've kind of now gotten myself into a shitty situation where I'm stuck doing what I'm doing. But my goal is that with...
Imagine Phil had another FAP session and like he thought the camera was off and the quartering caught him. That would be a perfect world. That would be the funniest fuck. I don't like. I would love to see that pan out, man.
Within, say, 5 years, I can get myself out of any kind of financial pressures outside of the realm of me having fun on stream and say, okay, I still want to stream.
Dude, really, Phil? You having fun on stream?
He never has fun. Okay. At least he doesn't look like... I don't know what's going through the man's head. I don't know. He doesn't know what's going through my head either. But he always just looks like a disgruntled. I can't stop saying it because it's the best. He just looks like he's a guy at a cubicle who's like, I want this day to be done. I don't like. Eventually, I'm gonna get tired and have to end this because I do have other shit I got to do. I don't want this. This is a comedic fairy tale that I just want to go on forever. I enjoy this. He does not look like he enjoys his shit. I don't enjoy my. Well, I enjoy taking a shit. I agree. Dude. Low key, there are a lot of people that if Phil really did decide to pack it in and become a gourmet Italian chef. The internet would be a shittier place, man. I'm being serious. I'm not being facetious or gaslighting or anything. Straight up, but I just want to eat. I just want Phil to make me some sauce. Feed me your sauce, Phil.
Cucumbers, 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 cucumbers.
Challenge anyone watching this to go watch some of DSP.
Harvey Weinstein, I just answered your super chat in 4K.
He streams. If he isn't raging, he's falling asleep. If the stream is dead silent, I've watched enough DSP streams to know, dude, he's not having fun. The man does not look like he's having fun. And the second it's time to clock out, DSP treats that shit like Fred Flintstone. It's like 2 hour stream's over. Yabba dabba do. Break out the gin.
Yeah, dude, he is. I mean, Phil, you're close to my age. Remember, we're 40. Why do you think I transitioned over to doing like variety stuff, dude? You're not keeping up with. I don't even know who's someone who's fucking 19 or 20 who games all the time, who makes like. We're not in that field. We're in a different era of YouTube, man. You needed to adapt and evolve, and this is kind of what I really saw my way going to anyway. You know. I was wanted to do some kind of like radio and variety show, and here it is. It's growing. You know, you come on, you're 40, man. You're going to be 40 soon. You going to keep up with other people with the FaZe Clan motherfuckers playing games till 3 a.m? No, the fuck you're not. You're still treating YouTube and live streaming like it's still 2010, bro. That's the problem.
Remember, this is the dude who charged people $2,000 to see a cat.
I don't think I've ever dozed off on stream once.
The 2K mark, you might see Jasper on stream, and the most you ever see of Jasper is his tail 9 times out of 10 if he even shows up. Oh my god, that's a man having fun.
I still want to stream, but I want to have a solid job, a steady job outside of that I can do daytime, and then maybe I come home and stream 2-3 hours a night, you know, a few days a week, and I split my time between them.
There'd be no way in hell he could do that. Unless he gets a job like that. There was this one guy's, yeah, man, I make like 20 an hour and I work with like sex offenders and like the worst people on the planet. They could get, so EDP could get a job there.
Do you see I'm on the fucking phone?
Fuck. And not that I wish it on, but let's just keep it real. With how devout his trolling is too, do you think he could ever get a job in a cubicle somewhere working? Come on. Come on.
Because I know I'm always going to have that following. Like you said, I've got longevity. I've been here 11 years.
You have Phil, you have longevity because you're the guy that, like, you know, like whenever you have a party or if you have like a get together at your house, there's always that one fucking tool that doesn't know when to, like, okay, we're tired. We want you to leave. YouTube is that party, Phil, and they've wanted you. The barbecue's been done for a real long time, but everyone else is left, and the people hosting the barbecue, the YouTube barbecue, are ready to go to sleep. And still's like, oh, I'll take another side of potato salad. Why am I toxic? Like, nah, dude. I mean, I'm not saying that my channel has had stunning growth, but I get decent viewers. Like the party, they've wanted you out for a while, Phil. I don't want you to go. I will the day that Phil says that I'm retiring my jersey will genuinely be a sad day. I get a lot of joy out of the humor that he doesn't realize that he has. But you're just going on, Phil, because no one could like technically say, like, if you were performing like this at a job, the job would have fired you. If you had an actual business where it was a storefront, you would have to close down the business. No one can make you shut down your YouTube channel. No one can tell you, Phil, it's time to call it quits. We're pulling the plug. Phil has to pull his own plug, which he did accidentally do one time and said he was scratching his leg. You're not still going, Phil. You are like the equivalent of a corpse being dragged in an action movie. Your YouTube career is Weekend at Bernie's. Your channel is Bernie, Phil. And just you're still dragging it around.
And we're going to have some people who are interested if I stream.
Phil is only here because he didn't stop. Let's be real. A lot of YouTubers reach a certain point and they're just like, things aren't going very well. You know, it's reached its zenith. It's
forgot about. I just lost my concentration. Excuse me.
Time to pack it up and move on. That's it.
Whatever happened to her? She was like at like the peak of Hannah Minx, right? She was like at the peak of everything. And then she just disappeared. She didn't fall off. She just like went away. I bet you she got stalked or something, which sucks. Fucking weirdos, man. I guarantee you something like, look, I'm speculating, but I guarantee you that because I've known other women like they were just starting up and like people were getting creepy. I remember this one girl in the gaming community was like starting to get a following, not a big one, but it was still her channel was growing, and she just like, yeah, too many weirdos, I'm out. And sure, maybe she took her money and ran. She probably was getting thirsty weirdos like doing weird shit, and she's like, yeah, I have 7 figures in the bank. Me and my titties are packing up and leaving. Yeah, he didn't fall off either. He just kind of... He's another one, man, and his channel was getting millions of views a day when peak ad revenue, like what Gundam was saying. So Ray William Johnson was like, yo, I have this big giant bag of green. I'm out.
It happens with a lot of YouTube.
But he's still doing it. That's the thing. People never really retire. He's still doing his thing. He's on other play. I think Facebook has a contract with him or something, man. No one ever just stopped. Why stop doing this? I literally could scratch my nuts and get in front of the camera and do something. Why would I retire?
They see the changing of the guard and they don't adapt to it and they just leave.
I mean, it's time consuming, but I enjoy this shit.
Because they're...
Yeah, Ray still makes videos, I know.
Probably not big enough or something. It's the belly of the beast. Phil's here because he hasn't let go. I mean, for God's sakes, look at how many subscribers he has and how many views his channel gets. It's like Cinnamon Toast Ken. You know, that...
I forgot about. Who the fuck is that?
Dude, 1 minute he used to be one of the biggest Minecraft Let's Players out.
Oh, well, Minecraft, even though it's still wildly popular and it's kind of making a resurgence, in terms of like Minecraft commentaries, that's kind of gone.
Out there. Now look at him. He can do a video with PewDiePie and barely get 200 to 400K views on a video with PewDiePie. And he has 3 million subscribers.
Can I get 400K views a video? I would. I'll take it.
That's when you just can't let go. It's like a relationship with a girl. She dumps you. Hanging outside her window ain't gonna change a damn thing. Unless, like, you look like Brad Pitt from Legend of the Fall.
And 1 hour a week of people come out to see what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
The Quartering is like, yeah, I just hope people watch this fucking interview. Please watch the interview. This is what I'm doing it for.
But there's no way I could do this full time. I have to do something different. I know that.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask questions like, you know, people would ask me this too, and I know how I would answer it, but they're like, you know, what would you even
Phil just banned someone for mentioning me. Oh God, of course, Phil.
If you couldn't make money, would you still stream? And it sounds like you answer that basically like, well, sure, but
Yeah, none of us would be doing this as much. Come on, man. Like,
I've got to pay my bills first.
Would I still make videos and do shit like this if I did it, if like the revenue stopped? Yeah. Would I do it as much? Of course not. I'd have to do something else.
Right, it'd be way less. I would have obviously have a job that would be my main focus, but I would love to do this like I used to do YouTube as a 2-hour hobby a night. Right, I'm home and I'm able to do a little bit of streaming. The difference now is I can actually make money on that 2-hour stream every night. When back then I was just doing it for a hobby. I wasn't monetizing the videos or anything. It was just like for 2.5 years I was uploading.
Phil will never work. I can never picture Phil. Not only because he would get fired because the trolls would be rampant, but I could never picture Phil working a real job again. He has whatever little social skill he had when he is now gone. There's no fucking way that Phil could interact with, especially if it's a high pressure job like in the food industry. Could you imagine, Phil? It would just be this. Just picture him getting bumped into in a plate and just in slow motion.
You win. Perfect.
Like
gameplay videos to YouTube before I ever made a doc.
Oh, the first thing and I don't agree with it, man. It's wrong. If the man wants to pack it up and move on because it's just not there anymore. But maybe I'm so high my stream was 2 minutes behind. DSP for life, of course. DSP for life. We got to get
cucumbers.
That's such a clear, crisp cucumber, that man said.
I'm doing anything.
I knew he'd bring up not making any money on YouTube for 2 years like it's some sort of amazing, harrowing experience. It's almost as if DSP saved.
Yeah, Phil, I mentioned it, but yeah, I did it because it was like, okay, I got laid off from IBM. It was at the peak of the recession. It's like, all right, do I do something that's kind of fun, maybe a little constructive, or do I masturbate? Like... Like no one's Mother Teresa for doing this, Phil.
Save the entire human race. There's so many people who stream and don't make... Forget it.
Yeah, yeah. Was there ever a point, because I'm not like a expert on your career.
Yeah, no shit.
Was there ever a point where you were making any reasonable money on YouTube?
I guarantee you the Quartering didn't even do an ounce of research into him. He just wrote down talking points of things to ask, and that was it.
Or were you always kind of just using that as like kind of a dumping ground for your stream videos?
Oh, no, dude.
DSP was making so much bank back in the day, Jeremy.
Oh, my God, yeah. He was he was probably one of the top earners on the website at one point. Not the top, but one of the top.
How do you not know that? He has 2 houses.
Oh, no, dude. I was a full-time YouTuber from year 2011 to 2017, early 2017. So you're talking 6 straight years. My 95% of my income was on YouTube ad revenue.
Oh, okay.
It was that big. Like, my channel was that popular at one point. And the thing is,
His channel was never that popular. It's just that the pickings were slim back in the day, and ad revenue was so monstrously high.
Yeah, that's it. There was not many people doing what Phil was doing. If you wanted to see a playthrough, it was like Phil or fucking Phil. That was... I was Terrence. You just took the words out of my mouth. Adam, I apologize for using the applause, spamming it. I will make sure to use birds instead. That was actually, I kept up a good rhythm there. I mean, it's so complex because unfortunately he's at the point now that if he like became self-aware, like if he just woke up and realized, oh wow, what everybody is saying, it does make sense about me, maybe I should listen, it would probably kill whatever following he has left because people tune in for the disaster, kind of like Wings. So I don't know. I like, it's almost like he can't reverse course now. It's over. He can't. I don't know.
Go look at DSP's channels back when he was white hot popular, quotation marks.
Popular at one point, and the thing is, I had a formula that I had figured out that was like the sweet spot for making money with ads on YouTube, that if you had a certain length of your video, a certain amount of ads on each video, that you could like make a good amount of money just doing straight playthroughs. You know, I didn't have to do these long edited videos like people were doing. I could just
yeah, you did nothing. All he did was he would take the 10-minute, he would just either, I don't even know if he may have just dumped them right from the SD card, man. He would go from his camcorder with an SD card, pop it in, maybe at most put it in Vegas and put a 10-minute chunk and just put those 10-minute chunks up and profit. And because no one else was doing something like that, he did profit. Ooh, Mr. Fillium made that cash money.
Upload parts of a video game playthrough, and I was making really good money doing it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Just be on the lookout. Make sure you sub and hit that bell for notifications. And I'll be streaming plenty of Wii U fucking games tomorrow.
But right there, he just told you he was lazy as fuck. Right there. He just told you the right formula. Did
he upload him out of order? That doesn't surprise.
His formula was uncut, raw gameplay that he cut up in chunks to make sure that he got the maximum amount of views and revenue. He was putting out 10-minute video clips like a goddamn conveyor belt of laziness. And he made sure everyone was monetized. He did it on purpose to get the most money. When other people put out like a playthrough for 30 minutes to 2 hours, DSP only gave you 10-minute snippets. He didn't even give you a good description of what he was doing. So if there was actually something funny you saw in a playthrough, or I should say playlist, there's no way you'd find it again unless you remembered the exact number. He didn't stop doing this until literally recently, dude. And when I say recently, I mean within the last 2 years. And then when it happened,
I know the notifications. Oh, look, we have more webcams here.
Then when it happened, when he finally stopped like doing these short little snippet videos, he sits there and goes, well, the people have been asking for it for a long time, and here it is, guys. Like he's doing them a favor. No, all those people who wanted you to do that, Phil, are gone now. They left. You asshole. That's like dating a woman and then changing your haircut for her, but she already broke up with you 5 years ago, and you're like talking to an empty dress on a chair.
Yeah, I remember that, man. He was fighting tooth and nail to go over to actual captured footage. He did not want to do it because it would have been, yeah, it's a lot. It's an extra step.
Well, honey, what do you think? You've been asking for this for years, and I've finally done it.
When that adpocalypse happened in early 2017, that all changed. Like overnight, I made 50% less money, and I was like, oh my God, like I can't do this. So that's when I adopted full-time streaming, and that's what I've been doing for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of us too. Even I felt it through.
The whole 27. Wasn't there an adpocalypse before that? Because I don't remember making any money in 2017. Ain't that about a bitch? Oh wait, I wasn't popular in 2017. Whoops. No wonder I made nothing. How do you like that shit? Day late, buck short.
No, I used to.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah, shit went. I remember that, and shit went real downhill. And I didn't even get hit as hard as a lot of, like, some of the like, if you were a straight up political channel, oh my God, at that point you were fucking destroyed.
I have a channel where it was just magic. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold.
It's cool. I know. If I saw in your video, you were getting over the flu. So
yeah. So I used to do like Magic the Gathering videos and stuff like that, and overnight it cut in half, and YouTube now seems to favor multiple uploads, which you do on your main channel, but gameplay videos just aren't what they used to be. They're just they're just not. YouTube wants to push their live streams. Let me ask you this.
There's some people like the Rad Brad that still get killer viewership from Let's Plays.
So now that you've been streaming on Twitch, this is one of the hottest questions.
Hottest question. The hottest question coming from the hottest man on the internet. Give it to us, Jeremy.
Like, whose nudes do you have from Twitch?
Mine.
What?
Do you have?
Whose nudes does DSP have on Twitch? Really? It's not a good question. Once again, the Quarterling doesn't know DSP, and on top of that, when I was talking to him privately about this, he let me know off the bat, like, I can't ask personal questions and I can't ask financial questions. And I'm sitting there like, if you can't ask that, there's pretty much there's no point in asking DSP anything. That's how I feel. Can't remember if I said it or not. But basically, I was just like, oh, God.
And Quartering, but again, it was an interview with DSP. I wonder how many views that has. I would look it up, but I don't want to chop this window off right now.
No, this is going to be bad if it's that way. Like, DSP already handicapped your interview. Imagine, like, you got to give it to Michael Jackson. You can get mad at me for saying this if you want. That whole pedophilia thing was going on. At least Michael had the balls to come into the interview and answer questions, even though he was saying shit he shouldn't have said. You know, like Michael Jackson got more balls than DSP. They're like, Michael, do you feel it's okay to sleep in a bed with children? Why can't you share your bed? The most loving thing you can do is share your bed. And I give the children a bed and I lay on the floor. I sleep on the floor. Here you are, my guest. You have the bed. I sleep on the floor. At least Michael had the balls to just be real. If I was Michael's handler, I would have been like behind the camera doing the like cut off the neck side. Like, no, Michael, shut up. We just got out of court, Michael. Mike, please. I feel it's okay if an adult shares a bed with the children, you know, and blah, blah.
I remember seeing that interview too, and he did say shit like that.
I would let Michael. No, Michael, no.
He's dead on. That's 100% accurate.
See, he'd still be alive if he hired me. Anyway, Michael Jackson got more balls than DSP. He would at least answer questions right in the middle of the heat when everything is coming down on his head. The king of pop actually took questions. DSP's like, I won't do the interview if you ask me these questions.
Like, who do you have? I won't never ask you to name them, but like,
so the interview only got 86,000 views. Wow, it's a Gundam one in this one, huh? Holy fuck!
Has like, where are you? Because
you know why that is? Because people know that it's not you're not going to get a genuine interview from DSP, because like I just read the email that he sent me, which I'm sure he'll be pissed off at, but it's not like it's like, Rich, please don't talk about my genital warts. But yeah, I can't, like, so what are we going to do? It's Phil. What are we going to talk about, Phil? Yeah, so that I guess that it's speculation, but I'm pretty sure that's the fucking reason, because people are like, this ain't going to be a real interview. I'm not going to find out anything. It's just going to be a surface level interview because Phil won't let it be anything else, because Kim Jong Burnell won't let it happen. So this was pretty much an L for everyone involved here, because the Quartering was hoping, well, I mean, It's a Gundam got a win out of it, but the Quartering was hoping this was going to be like, because no one else has an interview with DSP. I read evidence as to why not, because I'm not playing that fucking game. And now, Phil, I guarantee you, dude, because the time bomb known as the Quartering is eventually going to explode. And then then you're going to have all the cancel culture weirdos out there, which, look, Jeremy's a piece of shit, but I ain't going to cancel him. But it's going to happen, and it ain't going to be by me. But you're going to, out of all the people I chose to go on to get interviewed by, I went on the Quartering's channel. Phil, I promise you, unfortunately, it's going to bite you in the ass like a fucking rabid pit bull. I'm going to get something. I need some more shit to drink, man. I need some more shit to drink. I'll give you a bird-free music. You know what I noticed? I always moan as soon as I come back in the room, probably because I urinated. Because you wacky people popping opiates know the cure. Popping opiates? But thank you for becoming a member. I have no idea what the fuck you mean, but...
Where are you at with people from Twitch? Do you think you're on good terms?
It's like, I'm just saying, man, and I'm not wishing it on anybody, but I'm telling you, this, like I said before, I went to go get a drink and take a leak. This interview is going to so bite him in the ass. He is going to so regret it. Because if you haven't noticed, the Jeremy tides have been turning. Like, what are the few things that I've been right about? But I just know.
It's funny you asked that, because the honest answer I could give you is I don't think anyone like on Twitch has an issue with me. I just think that they don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Now, if Jeremy knew anything about DSP, he know DSP is married. And currently, when anything remotely sexual about women come up, DSP immediately goes into, I'm married to the most beautiful woman. I don't need that. Like when he was playing Yakuza.
Yeah, he's not, like, he used to be, everything was sexualized with more than me. And that's saying something. But everything was sexualized with DSP. Oh, look, there's a telephone pole. Kind of looks like a cock. No, Phil, it doesn't look. Shut up.
Who's a Kiwami or whatever, where you're playing the cock, right? The DSP, like the stream is like, hey, DSP, you should do a romantic relationship with this girl, see what happens.
We streamed no games today, 200-bit cheer. That's the top cheer of the night. I said, would you do at least one of the girlfriend missions? Each girl's unique storyline missions that are pretty funny. Don't worry, we won't tell Kat. I have no interest in them. Dude, I'm serious now. I'm going to be very honest, all right? Can I be very honest with everyone?
Wah. Oh, God, Phil, are you the kind of guy that's, like, on Facebook who has to say, like, oh, I love my wife. She is the best thing every day? Oh, no. No, Phil, because I always know how those end. And next thing you know, magically, those people who always had to tell you how much they loved each other every day, a year later, they're divorced. Oh, no, Philium. It's a fucking video game, dude. Oh,
Everybody here.
what is his wife like that? I don't like talking about people's significant others, so I don't know, but...
I'm 37 years old. I'm a married man. I have no reason to have waifus. I have no reason to do romance missions in video.
It's a video game and one of these story paths you can take, Phil. It is not a big deal. It is not a big deal.
Video games. I have nice romance in my real life. I don't need simulated fucking romance in my video games, okay? So I have no desire whatsoever to do stupid romance missions in a video game. Not in an RPG, not in a fucking Yakuza game, not in any game. I don't need to do romance missions. So ridiculous, you know? Yeah, at one point in my life, it was funny or fun to do that stuff. At this point,
it's still funny or fun to do that, Phil. Why are you trying to suck whatever little life your streams had? Like, why do you want it to be such a... And it's like you're trying to pretend your streams are this warm and inviting place, but they're the exact opposite of a warm. It's just like, just sit here and watch me fall asleep while playing fucking video games. and let me guilt you. Let me guilt you into giving me... Holy fuck. I just...
I think it's lame. It's cringy. I don't want to do it. It's like not interesting to
It's funny, Phil. Yeah, it's cringy. It's like me playing Kingdom Hearts. That was hell on earth. And I won't do the thing where people pay to play the games again, because then people think I'm boring while playing, because I'm also a man about your age. It's boring to watch us play video games. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's cringy, but the fun is in the cringe, Phil. Like, stop trying so hard to, like... And the thing is, you really haven't evolved and changed. You could pretend you... Oh, I don't like to look at breasts anymore, unless it's my wife's. Well, congratulations, aren't you a changed man? No, you're not. You still want to talk about dicks and titties all day.
all. Okay? Alright.
Gives her the thumb. That's when DSP shows you his thumb and he points somewhere like you're supposed to understand what the fuck that means. You could be pointing at a goddamn pillow.
Linda Larkin
She probably
Stakai,
left by
thank you.
now. Point being, I got a wife. If I need that sort of romantic engagement, she's there. I don't know why people need to have waifus and have relationships and
Dude, even if you're, trust me, I know, even if you're in a happy, healthy sexual relationship, if you are a male, you are still jerking off. If there are any women out there who thinks they're in a significant relationship with a guy, I have bad news for you. If you think that your guy does not get the urge to still beat off, even if you have a healthy relationship with him, you are out of your mind.
video games or watch porn, I guess it's because these people have a bad relationship and it's a clear sign of yada yada. And I'm just like, DSP is scared to death of his wife. He is scared.
Yes. Yo, I've been in relationships like that. I don't know, but my story is this. I remember, one of my exes was anytime if there was even there could be literally an 80-year-old fucking grandma in the room. If I glanced at her, she thought I wanted to fuck that grandma. So we were in this bodega in the hood. Some of you have heard this story before, but actually probably a lot of you repeat stories, but it's still a banger. So we were literally like in the hood at this bodega, and next to us, like this door clunked open, man, because everyone has those fucking hoopties in those days. They're not called hoopties anymore, just trash fucking cars. So you open that door, it was like. So I look over, and it ends up being his grandma and a motherfucking moo-moo. And so I glance because the bang with the noise, and the rest of the day, my ex was all weird and like distant, and I'm like, the fuck? And then finally I went in like the room she was getting changed or something, ready for work. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's like, I saw you checking out that woman. And like I wasn't even, I'm like, what woman, where, who, what? I'm like, what the hell are you even talking about? Where, how, when, what? I don't even remember there being any women that I would even want to like glance at. And she was like, that gas station. And I still didn't, because couldn't even compute. Like, who the... And then she went into more, I'm like, you mean the grandma that was in a fucking moo-moo? Well, I saw you looking. I'm like, she's like 80. No. She was like, oh, okay. Don't run. I don't care if it's the best vagina you've ever had in your life. You run. If you sense anything like that, you run for the fucking hills. Fucking granny in a moo-moo, and she thought I was checking her out. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But again, I'm just giving his story. I'm not saying, I don't know anything about Cat.
Scared to death of Cat. Put money on it right now. $100. DSP is scared of Cat. I bet you she watches his stream to make sure he ain't talking to no women. Delbert, I saw you playing a very sexy game today. You didn't talk to Betty Ting Pei.
I wonder what his wife thinks about Fapgate. I would just love to hear it. Or as Phil refers it to as the incident. He refers to it as the incident. He refers to it. I know people are saying I'm spamming the applause, but he refers to him getting caught jerking off on camera as the incident. Just say, like, if it happened to me, I'd be like, remember that time I got caught beating off? I wouldn't refer to it as the incident. Like, don't speak about the incident. Don't speak about masturbation. In Kim Jong Burnell's stream, masturbation does not exist. Like, dude, Phil wants like a propaganda machine put out there. Like Tommy Tellerico has like the smaller YouTubers. As this, Phil wants that propaganda machine where he is Kim Jong Burnell. Kim Jong Burnell is the best gamer on YouTube. He does not take dumps. Unless he's angry about a package not being delivered by Amazon that he created a conspiracy theory for. Nothing is ever Phil's fault. He magically went into bankruptcy. In Kim Jong-Phil's world, everything is someone else's fault, and Philip Burnell is perfect.
And Yakuza Kiwami did you while she sharpens a knife. No, dear, I didn't. I swear to God. Please don't hurt me. Point being, of course DSP has nobody's nudes. He doesn't have the balls. Why wouldn't you ask him to name them? It wouldn't be funny without it.
Well, we do actually know he has the balls because we didn't see any of the junk, but he was in his boxers jiggling his junk around in his underwear to send to some woman. And that just shows you how little, like, look, I've made plenty of dumb mistakes, but you know, if I was like, say I was flirting with a woman or whatever, I'd be like, oh yeah, hey, she's like, oh, send me a picture of your junk. Well, yes, let me upload it to my on my YouTube channel. That's my livelihood, and just send you an unlisted video. No. Developers. No pressure, though. There's like a bot account of Bill Gates, and it just put up a tweet. Microsoft breast milk. Like, dude, reading through these, we may just do that as a stream. I'm just going to get really stoned, and we're just going to look at these tweets from a fake, real Bill Gates, and I'm just going to be fucking crying, laughing.
DSP, do you have Photoshop nudes of Pokimane? And the answer obviously is yes. I remember someone sent me what they thought were nudes of Pokimane, and I'm like, this can't be real. It can't be real. Pokimane guards her like image like a pit bull at a goddamn chop shop. So I take the fake Pokimane nudes and I send it to Zill, because Zilltex is like, he's really into Pokimane, for those who don't know. And he's probably gonna be pissed I said that. I go, Zill, are these nudes real? And he goes, of course they're not real. I've already checked into them, you idiot.
Oh, Jesus.
So I go, please forgive me for not giving enough of a shit to look up Pokimane naked to know if it's real or not. That's what you're here for.
Funny you asked that, because the honest answer I could give you is I don't think anyone like on Twitch has an issue with me. I just think that they don't want to touch me with the 10-foot pole because of the trolls that follow me around.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I can give you. I'm not gonna name any names. There's some examples.
Don't
There's been a couple
yeah.
people who like I was cool with them.
Yeah, don't do something that I would do.
Sometimes they would come and hang out on my streams. I would come hang out on their streams. And within a year, they basically told me, we can't do it anymore. Your trolls are like invading my fucking streams and harass.
I don't even know this is true, dude. I've never seen Phil work with anyone else on.
Yeah, and I don't even think it, like, dude, you could handle, dude, I've had people on and their trolls come. Who gives a fuck? You just ignore them. Like, if I talk to Wings or something, like, I'll have like a bunch of Wings accounts come here and just say, who gives a fuck? The fucking you really do to me. You know what I mean?
On stream.
It's the brands that get freaked out about that. Or if you have influencers, I hate using that term, but I guess that's the official. Or if you have creators or whatever they are that are like heavily tied in, like they're just basically just paid off advertisers, but they're content creators, which is then I don't even know what the fuck. I am stoned as hell, birds.
Ever. The only people I've ever seen him work with were Rambo and Howard, and it was Kekin and I think the black guy who I did a clip of him laughing at DSP's cat reveal. That was it.
His cat reveal.
Whenever someone offers to work with DSP or stream with them, DSP always pulls out. I know he was like a mod for some Street Fighter stream once, and he pissed off the chat, and they got him demodded and kicked. That's about it. So I can't really confirm or deny this one.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm not like fiending for it, but I'm going to get it.
My viewers, and I can't have that. Yeah. So not anything against you, Phil, but I'd rather have it that we don't have a relationship because your trolls are toxifying my content. And I was like, fair enough. I can't. Yeah. How can I say anything to dispute that? It's not me. It's not that person.
You know how long DSP has had this shitty ass.
Imagine all of a sudden, like Cat just comes and rips off his shirt, and Phil just has like 2 nipple rings, and he's just like, oh shit. Yo. I'm telling you, man, Phil's kinky. Cat makes him put on those assless chaps. She gets the paddle, and she's just slapping, and all you do is fucking hear Phil like... I still remember the video talking about Bill Greats and Steve Ballmer. Not sure if I spelled this. And an employee got in trouble talking about masturbating. Forget that. That video wasn't that long ago, dude. Yeah, that was, he was one of the creators of Xbox.
That's web camera.
And yeah, it's just the irony of Bill like, yeah, you can't say anything sexual. Only I could hit on people when Melinda's out of town. No pressure, though.
Look at, like, The Quartering. Look how clear that is. You look at DSP's video, and it looks like something out of, 1998.
Admittedly, that could be just an issue with Zoom or whatever the fuck they were using. Beard Connection Central, whatever fucking software they were using. That wasn't even funny. Shut the fuck up.
My God, man.
It's this outside force that follows me around like a hemorrhoid on my ass.
You put the hemorrhoid there. Dude, everyone gets trolled. You put the hemorrhoid there, sir. This cambot she is trying to get, or whatever they're trying to get people to go. Do not just block that shit. Birds. Clutter? You mean clutter buns? I almost feel like playing some video games now, but we'll keep watching this for a little more.
The headphones he's wearing are $350, by the way.
It might just be... Oh, here's what I was going to say. It might just be his internet connection, dude. That happens where the software... This is what I was saying before I made a stupid joke about beards. I've had that happen, dude. I have gigabit internet here, and there's sometimes I look like I'm on fucking 144p through that software.
Web camera, HD, less than $80. Now I can't get that. Gamer headphones that are like $350. You need those.
My voice is low? Let me look at the, not really. I could turn it up a little bit. Maybe it's this. Check. Hello, everybody. I'm a man. That's too hot. No, that's too hot. No, that's too hot. Check. Fart on my face. All right. That is... You say fart on my face. That is how a professional... Hello, everybody. All right, that's fine. I'm done fucking with it. It was a little low, but it was all right. It wasn't that bad.
When you're playing on console. But he never plays online competitively, so why the hell would you need some super surround sound? Let it go. Or else this video is going to be 1 billion years long.
It sucks that happens, but no, like, I don't have any real close personal relationships with anyone on Twitch simply because of that. Like, people are afraid to have that association because they know that they get this.
And Phil, the reason why that is as much as it is unacceptable when people go into your personal life, because you never shut the fuck up about trolling, you never shut the fuck up about your finances, and you constantly guilt your people into giving you money. And don't say that you don't, Phil, because I literally watch your own streams and you are saying it on your own streams. Crystal clear. You are, as Gundam said, and I've been saying for years as well, you are your own worst enemy, and it is fascinating that how you cannot realize that for years. I can't get over it. It still fascinates me.
Spillover of bad stuff onto their own content.
Well, and if you follow like modern day Twitch, you know, my answer to a lot of people who were asking me about that with you, you know, like, wow, how the fuck does Phil stay on Twitch?
DSP stays on Twitch because he's a partner. Come on, Jeremy, you know that. Partners get special treatment. DSP has been banned before. He was indefinitely banned like a year or two ago. It was right after he did the whole I'll slap a kid fiasco that he later says he didn't do, but once again, we got video of it. He insulted someone in chat who said something about him who was also a Twitch streamer with a purple beard. DSP went in on this guy like you wouldn't believe. He went in on him like I would go in on somebody. DSP just let him have it. DSP got indefinitely suspended. DSP got online, cried, complained, did a YouTube stream. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. And you know when DSP's nervous? When he's nervous, that back chair shakes like he's in...
I still remember one of our friends used to love this song, Bird is the word. Bird, bird's the word. Is that what you mean? Look at the chair.
An earthquake. When DSP's fine, it doesn't move. It's a telltale sign of Big Daddy Phil. He'd be great to play poker against because you know when he was bluffing. And then Twitch knocks it down to a 3-day ban, then a 2-day ban. So...
All right, you know what? We'll sequel this tomorrow. I'm going to stop this stream and come back in a minute. We're going to play some more Wii U games because now with how lit up I am right now is a perfect time to play them. See you back in a couple minutes. We're going to finish this tomorrow, though. Don't worry. This is very... I want to keep doing this. I don't want to stop, but I know I need to. So I might as well stay up, stream, and do something for this video. So be back. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to probably go sip some more black coffee, and we'll be back in a minute. Few minutes. Birds.